That don't never happen. I don't. But we're back live now, by God.
All right.
And we have Mr. Billy Solo is in the house, and he is a lifelong. Well, he's from Everett's, and he's got a bunch of stuff that nobody knows. And knowing is half the battle, and G.I. Joe told us that. What's up, Kentucky? Robo Granny? Rapper, what's up? So, I was just going to wait a minute and let two or three more people get in here. But, Billy, he's got a story to tell. They can go back and watch it. So, where do you want to start at, Billy?
Well, like I said, when I first contacted you, I felt like I owed you an apology, and so I'll make it as public as I possibly can right here. And I wanted to say I'm sorry because obviously not having met you before or knowing you, I didn't know nothing about you too much, and I seen some of the posts that were going out about Ernie, and I thought you were gay bashing, and little did I know anything about the story, but immediately I did some research and started checking on the stuff, and I realized I was wrong. So I apologize to you, Brad,
Yep,
for any.
appreciate that.
And so we'll start there. And but yeah, I've known Ernie for when I told you earlier, it was 2002. That's about when I first actually met Ernie himself. He came into my office when I was doing a paper there in Everett's. And but it was about I started thinking about the time, and actually it was around 2000. I want to say it was around 2008 or 2009 or somewhere right in there. I want to update that time frame there.
Oh, okay.
Um, because Ernie had kept up with me after I'd left Harlan, and so we caught back up with each other, and I was moving um a lot of stuff like on U-Ship and things like that around the country. And Ernie started tagging along, and we were on our way. The first incidents I had with him, um, we were had picked up some stuff, like I was saying, in Vermont, and we were on our way back to Florida. And Ernie got stopped by the police in South Georgia, Austin County. Like I was saying, spelled Houston, but it's in Austin County, Georgia. And they stopped him on I-75 there, pulled him over, um, and he was, little did I know, he didn't tell me he didn't have a driver's license or it was
Of
suspended.
course.
So that got one of my vehicles impounded, as well as him getting arrested because he also had a concealed weapon, a concealed gun in the car, in the vehicle. So um, he he called me and tried to get me come back, and I told him, I said I'll check on him in the morning because I wasn't coming back around the police and them arresting him with all this stuff going on. And so the next morning, I showed back up at the courthouse, the jail there, and I bailed him out. Cost me $1,000 to bail him out, and I paid his bail. He promised to show back up. He never did. Um, and like I was saying, I started a couple days before that to start. I was going to go have him rounded up and brought back in so I wouldn't lose that $1,000. But needless to
Right.
say, he did. Needless to say, he didn't show up, and I lost my 1,000. I called the court back, and they were like, "Well, between what his fine was and everything like that, they just took my $1,000, and I didn't see it again."
Yep.
And so he cost me 1,000 there. But I had before I lost the 1,000. I took him to. We were taking a boat. I was taking a boat from Fort Lauderdale up to Portland, Oregon. and we stopped in Las Vegas for a night or two.
I'm getting
And
coffee. Go ahead.
okay. He was holding my gas money to get the boat. And when I'm talking, it wasn't no little boat. It was a big boat, you know. A big, like, it was like a big 35 foot sailboat. And so he was holding, I at that point didn't have no no reason not to trust him. He was holding my gas money. And he said he was going to take a walk. This was about 8 or 9 o'clock that evening. He didn't come back till about 3 o'clock in the morning. Said somebody had jumped him, stole. said somebody had stole the money. And he even punched himself in the eye to make it look like somebody had jumped him, you know. So, and so I lost that money. And so, like I was telling you, I like to try to think the best of people, you know, and try to understand that people make mistakes, and I was willing to let it ride. But I was walking by one of his bags, like I said, not to get into anybody's stuff, but he kind of left the top of his bag open, and I just happened to see it. My stuff was in his bag. He was stealing from me as well. And so my wife at the time, she's like, you know, you got to get rid of him. He's no good. And she said, I don't want him around me, you know, and around the kids. So I told him, I said, Ernie, you got to go back to Kentucky. I said, we can't have you here. You know, you're just too much trouble. And I gave that boy $500 more on top of it, Brad, to get him a bus ticket. I took him down to the bus station. No, as a matter of fact, I didn't take him to the bus station, because where I took him down the street, and I was walking down the street, and I gave him $500. He said, well, how am I supposed to get to the bus station? I said, buddy, I said, I just gave you $500, and a bus ticket don't cost that much. I said, I gave you enough money to call you a taxi too.
Big facts.
So he took that. So I gave, he cost me $1,000, cost me all my gas money, which was probably another $1,000. And then plus I gave him 500. So that's about $2,500 I'm into Ernie. Okay.
God almighty.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, I still, like I said, I don't hate nobody, Brad. I try not to hate nobody in life. I try to know that people make mistakes and everything. But when I seen this thing come up last night or this morning, overnight, whatever it was, I just didn't believe it, really, to be honest with you. I never knew him to be, you know, gay or anything like that. And not that it mattered, but I just didn't know that, you know, about him. And the whole thing with the rest of this stuff, it just kind of shook me a little bit there, because I just didn't expect that, which I should have probably.
Yeah. So when he was with you, you never seen no homosexual activity or no drug use at all, did you?
No, sir. No, I mean, I make no secret about it. I smoke my weed, you know.
Right.
But that was the extent of it. No homosexual, like I was saying. I think at the time he told me he lived in Wise, Virginia, and he had a girl over there, is what he told me. Now I never know for sure, but that's what he said. And so I never expected. Now that's where it kind of threw me for a loop there for a little bit, you know. So I don't know what to say about that.
Somebody's wanting to know how you all met. Exactly. Like you're from Everett's.
Yeah, well, like I said at the time, Ernie is like, he's probably, I want to say, a fourth or fifth cousin down the line somewhere. I know his pappy. knowed his grandpappy, knowed his great grandpappy. Exact, as a matter of fact, I know the whole family for a long time. He just happened to, when I had an office there in Everett's, when I was doing the newspaper there, a weekly newspaper back, that's where 2002 came in. That's when I first met Eddie. He just walked in my office one day, and started talking, Ernie's a very personable person. He's got that side of him
Yep.
that he knows how to talk.
Yeah, he
And,
sure does.
so he just come back in, and I knowed about him, but I had never met him before up until that time. So I just kind of, I just didn't assume the worst or anything like that would come of it. And, but to have somebody stealing like that, somebody scamming like that, and, as far as character stuff like that, I just, I just never expected that. I never expected that kind of character in so many bad places. But it was
Yeah.
showing up. It was, the more I got to know him, the more I was finding out. But this here today, this last night stuff, I'm still learning, obviously, and so I just kind of shake my head to think how gullible I was.
Yeah, but Ernie can hustle. I mean, he knows how to make somebody feel sorry for him, just like he's did everybody watching it probably at one point or time. Uh, no, he don't. You don't really know Jimbo. You just know him via Ernie and the wrestling, right?
Yeah, well, when Ernie first come around, like I said, I think it was around 2002. He was heavy into the wrestling thing. They were putting on shows. He was, I believe there was, the Brewers had a gym up there too,
Yeah.
and I know he hung around up there a lot. And, the Whiteheads have always been family friends to me. I went to the old Black Mountain School up on the hill there, so I've been around Harlan Everett's and Black Mountain up that way for a long time and know a lot of people. And he hung around with some of the people that I knew, so I didn't assume the worst when it came to that. But I knew he was always into the wrestling. He was always into the and he was getting into it a lot with people. I did know that, but I just thought it was the wrestling game. That's what they were playing. I didn't
Yeah.
really didn't get in. I didn't get into it that much with them.
So, do you know, this is kind of off subject? You probably know one of my very best friends, Anthony Carr. You probably know the
Oh
Carrs
yeah. Oh
pretty
yeah.
well.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. No, I know the cars since they was all, heck, I probably knowed Anthony when he was first born. I know all of his the pappies, all his relatives, everybody that lived there.
Yeah. He's doing federal time, but he may get hunting. He may get to come home in May, hopefully. If not, we're
Well,
gonna go hard for a pardon.
well,
But
well,
back to
like I said, I always went, Brad, that people make mistakes and we shouldn't be, you try to, like, there's none of us that ain't made a mistake in life, myself
hmm
and nobody. And so I always try to overlook a person's mistake to try to help them, and try to give them a leg up and not hold that against them. But this here with Ernie was the thing that just, I mean, you just couldn't cross that bridge no more.
No. So when was the last time you actually spoke to Ernie? Was it after you ripped him, or you bonded him out and he bounced?
Oh yeah, I spoke to him. I run into him. Ironically, I was, and a lot of people that know me also know that for many years I was an over the road truck driver. And,
Oh,
yeah, I've drove all over the country as well. I mean, transportation's been in my blood. So, and I've got a class A CDL and all that. And, so I just happened to be pulling in at the Pilot down there at Corbin, and, Ernie was in there on the McDonald's side, and I'd went over there to get me a Big Mac, and Ernie was in there, and He seen me and I seen him, and we did speak for a few minutes, but I didn't want to get into anything with it, with him on that. But that was the last time I was probably, I want to say that was probably in 20, I want to say 2020, I want to say 2019, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah, it was several years later before I'd ever seen him again, and I just happened to run into him there at the Pilot in Corbin.
That's crazy. I can't, like, none of this is surprising to any of us, but you don't have no clue where, when he got pulled over, you have no clue where the concealed weapon come from, right?
Oh no, like I said, I didn't even know he had a weapon on him, a gun of any, nothing like that. I was just like, because when he started telling me, he's like, well, when he's allowed that one phone call and he called me and he said, well, they got me with a gun and they got me with no license. I was like, no license, a gun? No, you don't. I didn't have no clue, none whatsoever, not at all.
If you seen him in 2019, Ebert tracked. He was probably down there with Jimbo because Jimbo lived right up 25E from Corbin. He lived halfway between Corbin and London.
I knew
So,
he was. I knew that Jimbo had lived down that way somewhere because Ernie had talked about it. I mean, he was with me. Ernie was with me for about um I want to say he was with me for about 3 or 4 months during
and he
that
done,
time.
and he done good working for you the whole couple of months until you hit the road.
Yeah, I mean, I had him. I see because I had bought another vehicle and on the road I needed another vehicle because I was picking up so much stuff. So I bought another vehicle and another trailer on the road just to haul this stuff. And yeah, he was with me about 3 or 4 months. He was helping me drive stuff and everything. And all this time, I mean, I'm not gonna put my stuff in jeopardy that was my livelihood at the time. Uh I'm not gonna put that in hands with somebody I know that ain't got a driver's license. And and carrying a weapon like that, I mean, if he had told me, but he didn't tell me. He didn't tell me nothing like that. He kept it all concealed from me.
I'm starting to think that when you guys went to Vermont, when y'all was on your way to Vermont and back somewhere in between here and there, maybe he got on that boat and found it, and just kept it. I mean, I'm trying to figure out where he got it from too.
I don't know where the gun come from. I know he didn't get it back. Georgia kept it.
I bet.
Because he didn't go back to claim it, and Georgia kept it. And far as I know, he did. He just stayed clear of Georgia at that time.
Well, he went back to the devil. Excuse me. The tiger went back to Georgia, and he met a guy named Phil, and we think that they was having anal relations and other things, and he was down there and he did a classic highway run like he did the other day, and he went crazy and got online and did the same thing he did, yeah, the other day for a few days, and he's done it so many times. It's just crazy. This is just the most craziest of all of them, in my opinion. I don't know how
I mean,
many times he's pulled this stuff, but he does it online every time live.
I don't know what it was. I remember we were right outside New York City. Just a little short story there. We were right outside New York City. There's a there's a rest area, a truck stop, but it's on the New Jersey side. But you can see New York. It's how close we were right there to the city. And he was wanting to make a phone call, and I can't remember what happened there, but I do remember my phone was dead. I don't know. I did something to my phone. I busted it or something. He was wanting to make a phone call and he couldn't use my phone because something was happening to it. And so he asked this lady if he could make a phone call. It was kind of funny, and Ernie never did get over it. But the woman said she was going to let him make the phone call, but she wouldn't let him touch his phone, touch her phone. And she got a little handkerchief out and held it up, put it over the phone and let him talk into it. But and Ernie thought, I remember Ernie, he got so upset about that because he was like, what does she think? I got some kind of disease or something? I do remember that. And but he was mad about that forever, it seemed like. Just a quick little story I'd throw in there.
I could see that because he's got an ego to him. So yeah, you didn't know. Like when you told me you got in his bag, I was expecting to hear something like what Jimbo told you was going to find a bunch of, bedroom toys, if you will.
Well, I just wanted my stuff out, and he stole some stuff from my kids. That was even more, you know. I mean, he had some stuff in there of mine, and he had some stuff in there of my kids that he had in his bag. So I just wanted my stuff back. I really wasn't, I wasn't trying to look and see what he had. I just know if it was mine, I was getting it. And I wasn't trying to go through any of his stuff. I'm kind of funny that way about, a one's privacy.
Did he take baths normally? Was he clean?
Uh,
He's he's not known to bath.
yeah, I mean, you're going back several years and trying to remember, but
Where did he
we were,
stay at with you? Like, did you have a building or a bedroom or a couch or?
yeah, we had a place in Florida, and, but, we was on the road a lot when we're traveling. We were over in Wisconsin. We'd made a big loop. We'd started up and went up, and we were in Illinois and St. Louis, and we was working our way back. We went through Ohio, picking up and dropping off stuff. And like I said, and we went all the way up to Vermont. That's when I bought another van. And that's when I really needed him to drive at that time. I was just like, but he was helping me move stuff and things like that. And I'd picked up, I was taking I had that. I'll tell you another story he did to me, Jimbo, and I'm thinking about it. We were in New Mexico, and we were in New Mexico, and we pulled into the truck stop, and we were fueling up. Ernie took the vehicle and pulled it over across the road from the truck stop, and there was no parking there, a no parking sign. And Ernie parked there, and a cop came up, pulled up behind him, and Ernie took off down the ramp, getting back on the I-40. And I was like, where's he going? Was he, I couldn't figure out. Now the cop didn't chase him because I was already walking over there. And so the cop was like, do you know him? What's his problem? And I was like, I don't know. He's with me. I said, we're taking this boat because I had a boat, and I had also one of those trucks that's got a billboard, advertising billboard on it.
Mm-hmm.
And Ernie was driving that. And so he took off down, and he went down the ramp and pulled off. And I got the cop off his back right there. I was like, I don't know, if you need to check him out. He said, no, I just didn't want him parking there. I didn't, expect him to just get up and drive off like that. But now I remember that story. More that we talk, I could probably start remember more stories. I hadn't thought about it in years, But he was just doing a lot. And now that I think about it, there was all kinds of little shady things like that he'd do, Like who goes out in Las Vegas and goes out to the casino, bud, with a pocket full of money and comes back 4 or 5 hours later and expects somebody to believe that they got robbed and hits himself in the eye in the process. I mean, come on. I knew he was. I knew that was a lie. You know.
Well, do you think that he actually went to a casino, or do you think he went to like a brothel and bought men?
I never thought of it. I never
Just
thought
it,
you, you know
it's
you might be
Vegas.
onto something because they're all over Las Vegas. It's easy to find them out there. I knew they had one boy come over. One boy come over. I don't know who brought him over, and hell, it might have been Ernie. I don't know, but this boy said that he was a male prostitute. And I kind of looked at him funny. I was just like, what is going on here? And then the story really got good because it was like, and then he just volunteered information, said the guy paid him to wear a diaper and shit in that diaper
What
before he
the?
got. I swear to God. I swear to God. And he said, now that was another time, where he said he shit in the diaper before he had sex. So you can take that for what it is. I don't know.
So he shit in a diaper. A guy paid him to shit in a diaper and then fuck him.
Yeah.
Holy smokes!
Now I'm not sure if that was one of Ernie's friends or not, but because I had several people coming in and out while I was in Vegas there at the time. I got a lot of friends out there, and I've lived out in Vegas for several years myself. So, but he brought him to the house, and somebody did. I don't know where this guy came from, but somebody brought him to the house, and he's sitting there and just, we're smoking and just having this casual conversation. And this boy brought that stuff up, and I just thought, well, I don't know what's going on here.
Everything I have told you guys about Ernie, I figured it out on my own, or via you guys trolling or finding out stuff. It's all correct, and it's even more extreme than we thought. He's known Ernie for a long time, since the early 2000s.
Well, I know the whole family, even longer than that, obviously.
Good question. When he got caught on Grinder the other day, did you see the live stream where his boyfriend told us that he knowed him? He didn't know his name was Ernie Shell. He was going by Cole, Cole, and he showed us his Grinder account, and he had been there 4 times to
Oh my
match
gosh.
excuses to see
Well,
Chris.
let me ask you, Brad. I know I haven't gotten into it all that much, but how long did he have that Grinder account, and like how many people was he seeing off there?
Man, that's exactly what I'm here for. I was done covering Ernie, but now I've got to continue to cover Ernie to get awareness out that he has been on these apps since they've existed, I believe. And somebody in the chat said that too. He's definitely been doing this for years, and hell, he could have had HIV way back in the early 2000s, possibly far back as 99. But I think he caught it. My opinion, I might be wrong. I think he caught it within the last 5 years, maybe 10. But people are saying that some people say he may have had it all the way back to 1999. I don't know. But
Well,
what do you think about the Ronnie King stuff?
Oh my gosh.
Do you think Ernie and Jimbo had something? I know they had something to do with it because they testified in the trial, but do you think Ernie was actually there? I've heard a lot of bad stuff on Ronnie. I think he got what he deserved.
I don't like to speculate like that. Honestly, I wouldn't, I don't want to put nothing on nobody, that I don't know for a fact, if you know what I mean. I don't like to play those kind of games. Is there a possibility now that everything else that I know? I think that yeah, it's probably a good possibility, but like I said, I don't like to speculate like that because I don't
Well,
know for sure. And without fact, I do remember Ernie bringing that up a few times. Um, but it's kind of vague. You know what I mean? It was kind of
right.
vague. I don't think I mean if it was something I knew that I thought should have been pursued, you know what? I probably was so blinded by the I just don't even know how I was so blinded by it. I there was probably red flags all over the place and just wasn't picking them up.
Well, that's just how a lot of people. That's the same thing that happened to all these other victims of scamming or giving HIV to, or ripping off, or lying to, or whatever. That's just an ordinary day in his life. Everybody watching's not shocked by none of this because how many more people are there out there? We have got to get the word out, especially in the homosexual community. How many homosexuals has he used Grinder and went to and not told them he's got HIV?
No, that's troublesome right there.
Yeah,
That's very troublesome right there because I'm thinking back on it the whole time, you know, him hanging out with my kids at that time, um, is just it's playing little mind games with me right now in my mind, you know.
man, you got a lot of catching up to do. I mean, he just
Because
went to
I've
jail.
raised 7 kids, you know, and they were very some of them were I think I had a daughter at that time, it was about I want to say she was about 16 at the time. And so I don't know. I just and I'm thinking back of, how much he was trying to hang out with my kids. So that kind of bothered me a little bit.
Yeah, you might need to speak to them because
Yeah, I probably will.
as manipulative as he is, it's untelling. And he says he's a predator hunter and a child protector and a child, he wants to hunt these predators, and yet he's letting homosexuals use meth. He's using meth with homosexuals, and I'm not knocking nobody gay. I'm just stating facts and getting
No,
tied
I
up.
no, I agree.
I mean, he let this guy tie him up and plow him on his Grinder account. He plainly says he's a bottom, like he wants somebody to run up in him. And I don't know any other way to say it. I'm trying to keep my language as calm as
Yeah,
I
that's what I've
can.
been I've been doing the same.
No,
I'm uh you know, I mean, now that we're sitting here talking and everything like that, I was so busy at the time. And and when you're busy in life, a lot of times you're not paying attention to things that you should be paying attention to. And I've always been a very busy, person, as far as that goes, always active, always, engaged in working and stuff like that. And
I can tell.
friends come and go. And but now I look back at that, I just can't tell you right now. I mean, as the day goes on today, because this has all hit me since this morning. Um, that I'm sure recollections are going to come back to me as I go along, and then I haven't talked to my kids any about it, so I'll probably have some conversations with them, or after we get done here.
Yeah, especially the girl that's 16, but
Well, she's passed now.
oh, may she rest in peace, man.
Yeah, she's the one that passed there a few years ago there in Tots. So, but she had kidney failure, so I'm pretty sure it wasn't of that nature. At least I'm gonna have to go back and look at the death certificate now to see exactly what they put on there because they put several causes in there, so I don't know. I'm gonna just go back and double check everything.
So, do
And
you
I'm
remember Hillary that worked in Baxter that cut hair?
no, I can't say I do.
You don't? Do you remember Chan Smith from Everett's?
Yeah, oh yeah, I know Chan. Good.
Okay, he was my step grandfather. He was married to my granny Sharon Robinette, that had the beauty shop in Baxter, and her and Hillary cut hair there. And my
Oh,
granny had
okay.
big old My granny had big old titties.
Okay.
Well, he was hanging out down there with Hillary and Rodney Mott, and they called.
I know Rodney.
Well, evidently they was down there messing around with Hillary, and I ain't gonna knock Hillary. He made my granny a fortune cutting hair, but they was down there partying with Hillary, and called Jinky's rumors has it sister, crimes and crazy critters and cunts, called her up and said that's down there partying, which I think we're just filling you in on all this stuff. Wow. Ernie has 23 grinder accounts in the following states:
Oh no.
Alabama, Arkansas, Alaska, Connecticut, Delaware, Hawaii, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Montana, Nebraska, New Hampshire, and New Jersey. Hi, diggity damn, Tiger.
Oh my gosh. Are you serious?
Yeah, Flat Nurse just put it in the chat. She does. They all come with facts. They research this stuff.
Well, I was wondering all this time because he'd been going around saying he was what was that, a bail something
A bounty
recovery agent?
hunter.
Yeah. And how he was like all in all these places and stuff. Like he'd be in Minnesota or be in and I'm just like, now I know Ernie, and he didn't have he wasn't that stuff. You don't make that kind of money to travel like that. So now that you said that,
He was
it's
getting
it kind of appears maybe he's getting money from somewhere else to
sugar
be able to afford.
daddies.
Yeah,
He's
that's what it's sounding like, ain't it?
yeah. He's infected buttholes worldwide. Bubble Bean says, and I do agree. And if you're watching from Harlan, I'm trying to be done with Ernie and move on and get back into the political game. But this is something that's serious. I mean, this
Well,
is serious. He has to be exposed to the world.
well, let me ask you: is the most of that stuff about? Did he was he? I mean, was he really shitting all over the walls and assaulted police officers like that? From what I'm
Mm-hmm.
seeing,
Yeah, that's from the Midway Police Department. They
and I
released that.
and I was thinking they had a video of that too. They video record that stuff.
Oh yeah, it's all on camera. They got some people like Evil Ghost and Peachy. They got they FOIA'd something real quick yesterday and was going over it. What was it? I was watching. They FOIA'd something from the jail about him. Plus, that press release got let out. And when I shared it, everybody in Harlan started talking about it, wanting to cover it here. Don't cover it if you ain't covered it before.
Well, Brad, like I said from the beginning, I wanted to apologize to you for you know for for making some public statements about. And I mean, I took them off as soon as I realized I was wrong and the information you was given was correct. And kudos to you for all you do out there. Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm trying to keep this election popping and on the people running and the politicians. I'm doing a lot of stuff around here and trying to get away from Ernie. But then when I go see one of them, they're like, man, that's wild. What the hell's really going? Just like you. Everybody is in shock and not that thought I was just joking this whole time here in Harlan.
Well, my question though is like too is like you was saying there with all them grinder accounts. And with all them possibilities of men all over the place, how many people might be in a life-threatening situation and don't even know it? Or has
Exactly.
passed it on to other people as well.
Yes.
I mean, this could be huge as far as the death count goes.
Oh yeah. He may. By the time people gets done figuring this out, and I know there's a couple of homosexuals watching right now that stream on Grinder, and they're getting the word out over there right now,
So
and
that's
have
good.
been days, and
Yeah.
that's what we need. Oh,
Yeah,
there's
definitely. Information getting out is very important.
he's definitely a super spreader behind the green eyes. Wow, Ernie is a super spreader. So
I
so
just
sexy.
it's hard to believe.
It's hard to believe. It is, but once you get into it, then you realize that you're like, what's next? Here's
Well,
Constant Sue, and she's got something to say. What's up, Sue?
Hey, I sent you the FOIA report of his arrest report. It's got all that in there about the spreading the feces and the cops having to fall in the feces. I can screen share it, or you can read it however you want to do it.
Screen share it.
Okay.
Please be sure to get memberships. Please be sure to hit a super chat here and there. Support
Okay.
run them likes up.
Share my screen.
Got you.
and for everybody seeing me smoke my pipe,
You
I'm
smoke on.
I'm in Missouri. It's legal here, just so you know.
We all smoke. You're good.
Okay.
Okay. You know how they kept calling Ernie Herschel because he said Ernest Shell in his southern voice, and they took it as Herschel? Well, he lives on Bob something Road in Cornetsville is his address. And they said he thought he lives on Baja Road, but it's not. It's, let me think of the street. He gave him as an address. Bob Hollow. Bob
And
Hollow
that's
Road. And they thought he said Baja.
and where's this supposed to be at, in Kentucky or up there?
In Cornetsville, Kentucky.
I
That's the
don't
address
even.
he gave him.
Do you know where Cornetsville, Kentucky is, Billy?
Hell no.
Me neither.
I
I
thought it was
don't
his
have.
sister's address, but I don't know.
If it's a Perry County, it could be.
I don't know.
Where was his warrant from?
Madison
Kentucky.
County?
Madison County, Richmond, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So
This
they
is
kind
just
of. Go ahead, say my bad.
this is just listed these charges. He has 5 assault and battery on a police officer, 5 resisting arrest, 2 destruction of property, and 1 tagging charge. Because when he smeared poop on the camera, they called that tagging.
Yeah, damn.
Now, I know Massachusetts is a liberal state. You think they're going to let him off?
Oh no, not basically because it involved police officers having to waller and shit, plus HIV. I think they're mad as hell, and they're not gonna cut him any slack at all.
I don't either.
I think if it hadn't been one of their own, maybe if you just got in a fight with the guy, or a lay person would have got wallering and shit, they probably wouldn't have minded it. But when you mess with their own, I think he's pretty much screwed.
Was he on drugs at this time or no?
He would have to have been. I mean,
who does that?
have you seen the video? Have you seen the video of him walking around?
No. Oh gosh,
There's
no. I don't.
Oh, we can go over it.
I don't want to see no shit.
Oh no! There's a video that we're going to try to get, but this video just shows him walking in. He didn't barricade himself. He was in the bathroom for 2 hours, looking behind the mirror, looking in closets, looking in cubby holes, looking in the vent, holding a knife, kind of like a mad serial killer would. He had it backwards, like gripped in his hand. You know how he holds his knife like a shovel? He had his knife backwards like that. Like at any minute, he was just going to start stabbing folks. Not like you hold a normal knife. But yeah,
Yeah.
and his eyes were just crazy eyes.
Yeah, that's a method. So there's no way that they was not getting high. I mean, I've sold it, I've been around it, and I know what tweakers are. And they was tweaking it up, by God. And meth and homosexual sex go, well, they go together. It's plain and simple. Everybody knows that. They get horny. There's dope out there that's horny dope. And when you get that horny dope, you'll fuck that pop can. Excuse my language. But I mean, I'm not joking. I can't tell
There's
you from
always
personal
charges.
experience, though.
Well, I just can't imagine. I mean, I can't imagine somebody in their right mind doing that. So,
And even if he's playing crazy to avoid going to Kentucky, I mean, dang, that's a whole another level of wanting to play crazy.
Oh, he's got racks on top of racks on top of racks of charges now.
Yeah, because he still got the assault on police officers in Arkansas, and that was with body fluids too.
Oh, really?
So his
Yeah,
really, huh?
they didn't give a detailed report like Massachusetts did. They just said that they had body fluids on them. Didn't say how it got on them.
Kelly says that FineLink says he is out of custody.
Because he's at a mental hospital.
Oh, yeah. If you're at the mental hospital, yeah.
He has his evaluation this morning. I don't know what time, but it's on this paper somewhere.
When he got arrested in Georgia, he didn't do none of that stuff. Because I don't even know, y'all doing the researching and everything, but I don't know, his arrest in Georgia has not popped up yet or something. Nobody's not found it yet. But he was charged in Georgia with the possession of a concealed weapon and suspended license, or suspended or no license. I know he didn't have one.
Yeah, I haven't found that, but I didn't really look out of states very much.
It was in Houston County, Georgia.
One of his highway runs, I think, might have been in Georgia. Geneva would know for sure where his highway runs were.
Thank you, Nana Kim. 12 is 12. She got a membership.
Oh, wow.
So, Phil, so what part of Georgia did you live in?
I was traveling through Georgia on my way back to Florida.
That's right.
And he got stopped there on I-75 in South Georgia. And like I said, then I bailed him out of jail the next morning. And but he had a court date, but he didn't show up for it. Like I said, he skipped it. So what was he wasn't he on probation already in Kentucky?
Yeah, he was on probation for he stole a van. Well, he hired to take this van back to a company, and he went down and got the van, but he had another episode right in the middle, delivered it, and left it in the parking lot of a restaurant and never delivered it. He first said that he got carjacked, and then he changed the story. But he thought the van was transmitting electronic magnet waves or some shit.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah.
Well, seeing how he could come up with some unbelievable stories and how I fell for a few of them makes me feel really ignorant. So
it starts off by talking about his arrest here, and we've all, read that. I'll just get to the shit part.
Right.
Okay.
The shit part.
Through the night, he was checked on regularly with the key fob. He was observed through the department security camera and checked with the key fob regularly. Shell defecated on the floor of the cell, climbed up on the toilet, smeared his own feces on the clear plexiglass covering of the cell camera. Shell urinated all over the floor at one point and attempted to flush the cell blanket in the toilet. I turned off the water in the source for cell 3 from the cell utility closet. Shell was observed in various states of manic behavior, covering himself with a blanket and hiding it under it on the floor, or pacing the extended periods of time on the bench within the cell. Shell was observed urinating and defecating on the floor multiple occasions. Then the doctor came and had his assessment through the cell. And this is another officer's report about this. This officer says, I asked Forte, Ernie's boyfriend, what happened. He told me he met the male party on Grindr, a social dating app for gay men, a few days ago and has been letting him stay at the residence. He referred to the male as Cole. Ernie was using a fake name, which is the name he was used in the Grindr profile. The male he's referring to is Ernest Shell. Forte told me that Shell has some paranoid tendencies, but he's able to reassure him and keep him calm most of the time. When asked what happened with the knife, he told me he didn't know. He said that he only knows Shell went into the bathroom, but didn't know what for. And then they placed him under arrest. And then it goes on to say, this is his warrant out of saying they'll extradite him. It says, caution, information, caution, armed and dangerous, violent tendencies. So he's got that racked up for him now.
Sounds like he's going to be in prison for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
I think he's going federal eventually.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's crossing state lines.
Uh-huh.
If they tie that grinder in and they find out that other people have been infected by him, it'll definitely be federal. Because I would think so anyway.
Going across lines and committing crimes of passing HIV out. Lord, this will end up being a movie. This was going to make people come out like Puff Daddy or the Epstein Files. This is going to be the Lightning Tiger Files. And
yeah. This is another officer's take on it. He says the same thing the other two officers did, but he also added, Shell was also holding a water bottle with what we could see was full of fluid. The window of the cell was covered in urine and feces, and we could only clearly identify the contents of the bottle. Officers attempted to negotiate with a direct Shell to place the bottle on the floor, and he complied and be compliant for about 20 minutes. Shell was not cooperative. Shell appeared as though he was looking right through us and often stared away from us as we spoke. Shell would state, I'm putting it down. Begin motion to put the bottle down, and when officers moved slightly, he would return back to stand directly at the door. After a prolonged period of time, it was clear our efforts to de-escalate and negotiate with Shell into complacency were not effective. I decided that officers would go in the cell and place Shell in handcuffs and onto the stretcher. A plan was developed to best enter the cell with officers present to do so safely and swiftly. And now they're going to talk about doing the breach or whatever they call it in the cell. Harris had a clear plastic riot shield. Officer S, I don't know the name, and Shepard would be the handcuff team. Officer L and I would assist with physically restraining Shell. We made final attempts to direct Shell away from the door and put the water bottle down, to which he did not comply. All officers garnered surgical masks and nitrate gloves in order to provide basic body substance isolation. They opened the door. Harris entered first with the shield. I followed. As the officers entered the cell 3, Shell intentionally threw a plastic bottle containing liquid toward the officers at close range. Based on the extensive presence of urine and feces throughout the cell, included on the floor, walls, and on Shell's body, officers reasonably believed the liquid contained body fluids. The liquid made contact with the officers and equipment, contaminated them with the suspected body fluids. As a result of the exposure, officers feared potentially transmission of communicable disease. Officers were later advised that Shell may be positive for HIV and has a history of intravenous drug use. Due to the exposure risk, officers were required to undergo biohazard contamination procedures, secure contaminated uniforms, equipment, and report to the hospital for medical exposure.
Wow.
Any comments on that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It said
I
our
mean,
efforts. Go ahead.
no, it just seems like nobody in their right mind would do that unless, I mean, is he trying for crazy or what?
I think he might be a little bit. Yeah, I do believe
Mm-hmm.
because I think he knows if he goes to prison, enough people know they knocked out his brother. Now, before people didn't really know, but now his name's out there more. They know that he turned on Shelby. And how many prisons are in Kentucky? He's got a 1 in how many chance of being put where Shelby's at
Oh
if he
boy.
goes to prison.
Oh
I
boy.
think he's avoiding that at all costs.
It'll happen. It'll happen now. He'll have to go through he'll have to go to the fish tank, by God. He'll be going to LaGrange after he comes back. I don't know how long they'll keep him on these charges. These have to be felonies, right?
Yeah, they're felonies. He'll do his time in Massachusetts before he goes back to Kentucky, I'm sure.
I believe you're right. And going to jail up there, well, that's a small state, but Boston is in that state. So
Yeah,
just
the Boston
imagine.
Strangler was at the hospital that Ernie's at. Ernie's at Bridgewater State Hospital. And if you Google that, it's one of them hospitals that's like Cuckoo for Cocoa Pups State Hospital. Not your Prairie View little nut hut down on the farm where they send you to go pick flowers. This is where the cray crays are. Like they eat your eyeballs and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
He's
oh
with the
my
big boys
goodness.
now. So he fucked around and he
That's,
found out.
oh, I guess. But
Here they're going to talk about it. Says our efforts are immediately counterproductive due to the amount of urine and feces on the ground. I believe all officers slipped or lost footing and fell at one point of another. So here, this little town, Massachusetts is a little state, and the Medway Police Department is a little police department. So here, these officers, who's probably all they all have on duty, each one of them has already fallen and slipped in Ernie's shit and piss. They
man,
said he was kicking and resisting arrest. Officers slipped so much that only Officer S and I were able to maintain a hand on him. They finally got him under control. And he says, he refused to comply. And he combined with the intentional throwing of suspected body fluids, created an immediate risk to officer safety. They pepper sprayed him, and then they got him by his arm, and it said, I physically lifted and placed him on the awaiting ambulance stretcher. So Ernie's only 140 pounds, soaking wet. I can see this officer just picking his little ass up and just body slamming him on that stretcher and saying, fucking lay down. But they finally got him in the stretcher. But listen to this. During the incident, an attempt to place Shell on the stretcher, Officer Shepard, Officer L, Officer Cinco, Harrison Negro were contaminated with potential biological exposure of Shell's urine and feces. It was also learned throughout the day that Shell may be positive for HIV, is a frequent drug user and frequently has unprotected sexual exposures with no partners. Due to these precautions, the above officers all decontaminated by showering, isolating our clothes, responding to the hospital for exposure, and notified the respondent at the hospital representative department. Anyway, they had to use, they called it a special company, a special cleaning company to decontaminate, decontaminate cell 3, the booking and process room, police cruiser 3, police cruiser 4, and take all the decontaminated uniforms owned by the officers, which is 5, and to decontaminate the boots and duty gear worn by those officers. Ernie's going to have to pay for all that.
yeah. Well, I ain't giving them the money for it.
And that's about it. It just goes on to repeat the charges and the docket and all that. But that's about it.
Well, it's I'm just like Brad. I'm like, how many of these are they going to investigate this grinder thing?
I don't know. It's really
I'm
hard
sure
to do
they
because
will.
it's all anonymous, and even if you do, it's Ernie's word against the guy's word. You know, if you go in there and say, "Hey, he didn't tell me I was HIV," Ernie says, "Yes, I did." How do you prove that the guy didn't tell him? You know, how do you prove that?
Well, if there's enough of them, and they
Yeah,
all
that's
say,
true.
you know, if there was like you said, he had 26 accounts, right?
She said she probably she said he probably
Uh,
had that many.
I was getting ready to say, because I'm going to assume that he had probably one guy for every account.
Oh, I'm sure he had. I'm sure he had hoes in every area code. I'm sure.
Yeah. And then if they all, I mean, then that's that many people against them. And then if they're starting to show up HIV positive, I think that's manslaughter or something.
In some states it is. In some states they don't. Massachusetts doesn't have a law, but in some states it is attempted murder and all the way down to a misdemeanor. Brad, share my screen again. I'll show you his boyfriend.
I guess.
I've only
This
got
is-
this. I've only got one screen.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
just
that
right here.
comment, but a green eyes. That comment is for the. That is not for the people like you or Sally or Sue or Lisa. Don't come in and try to get on the content now. God, hell, it's a 25-year-old thing going on.
Okay, now share my screen.
I got you.
This is the guy he met. This is whose house they caught him with.
Oh, this is the good stuff. Yes, that wasn't directed towards any of the normal, regular Ernie Shell content creators, trollers, followers, whatever. Don't jump in on it now that it's not big notes. They should have been covering it the whole time. Motherfuckers think I'm a joke.
Did you share my screen?
Oh yeah, did I? I thought I did. Yeah, it's up there. I'm just saying. Guest remove. Now it says you're up there.
Let's try it again.
All right. Waiting on it to come through.
Okay.
Wasn't directed towards anybody that currently covers Ernie. There we go.
Okay. Well, damn thing. Okay, here we go.
Fuck! Fuck! It's so hot. I just
This is the
hate
guy's house that they
being
caught Ernie.
forced to slip into something a bit more comfortable. Oh well,
He puts his glasses on.
you know.
yeah.
I like my ensemble. Don't answer that unless you like it. Anyways, stay cool, y'all. Fucking hot. Oh boy. Peace, everyone.
God.
Trip. Fuck. Fuck. It's so hot. I just hate being forced to slip into something a bit more comfortable. Oh well.
Okay, that's enough of him. Tiny, come here.
So
The guy said he loved Ernie.
did not nobody that knew Ernie recently? This is not. Nobody else had any red flags come up. Nobody said nothing.
Oh, quit.
I mean, was Ernie so out there that everybody just kind of thought that's just Ernie being out there, or what?
No, I've covered Ernie
Duke
for
noted.
4 years now.
Yeah.
Stop.
I mean, all his things with them all going all over the country saying he's an FBI or working for them or whatever it is, bail agents, or I mean, he's all over these places, you know. I'm just like, he had to have friends and people didn't he have like associates?
They was
And
no
y'all been
fake,
covering
bro.
them. weren't there no signs of this or anything?
I was
He had a
calling it.
cult-like following. These people that were in his tigers, he calls them, they were just as bad as Jim Jones, David Koresh, Charles Manson. The people really believed he was this Messiah that was saving children, and we were all just liars and haters.
All you haters out there in the world. Yeah.
Trolls.
Sue's
We were
exactly
trolls.
right.
We were picking on him. We were bullying him.
Wow.
Yeah, he had fake friends like Captain Howard. Probably stole that from Dan Howard at the jail. Then he had an Absher. I heard there was Abshers that lived in Everett, close to Ernie. He's just making up names of people and saying they're his friends. But he did have an African American feller, woman, mixed. Well, Marquise was a confused. I don't know if he's a man or a woman, guys. I'm not trying to say it disrespectfully. I just can't. Marquise was a shout out Captain Howard, yeah. But yeah, he had an open HIV, homosexual, tranny, I guess, with transvestite. Would that be the word, so, Marquise? I'm not saying it disrespectfully towards him. But he had him with him for what, a month?
About.
Well, it's hard to grasp. It's hard to grasp all this.
I mean, the bottom line is Ernie was a bottom when it come to sex. He was the catcher. He was Randy Mouse. He was Jerry Rice. Flatten our signs on Jimbo, Phil, Eric Rush, Chris, and many suspected like Marquise. Correct.
What happened to Jimbo?
He has, I think Jimbo probably got HIV from Ernie, to be honest with you. This
I mean,
is what
did he
I'm
pass?
thinking. Because he went from being big old fat Jimbo, as people knowed him, old dirty ringneck Jimbo, to skinny and slump. And him and them were strung out. They stole a dog and tried to say they didn't. I don't know whatever happened to Cuddles, the dog, but Jimbo and Thelma got so strung out. They was down there moving weight down in London, pushing 30s back up this way and this and that. And we don't know where. Does anybody know where Jimbo's at now? Or has anybody heard from Jimbo?
Haven't heard a word from him.
His last name was Collins, wasn't it?
Yep. Mm-hmm. And he put on all them MMA shows and ripped off all the fighters back then. And
well, didn't I see something before where it said Ernie was arrested for not paying fighters and not paying the police? It was for security.
Oh, that's when he ripped off the Diamond Dallas Page, the wrestler. You know DDP?
Yeah.
He ripped him off in 2010. I think it was January 2010 or January of 2011. He ripped them off in Bluefield, West Virginia. Somehow Ernie booked a huge show. Don't know where he got a wrestling ring from. He had Lex Luger in the whatever the name of the promotion was, Hall of Fame. Don't know how he got half of these people there. He must have had a couple of sugar daddies then. And then he ran out of money and he couldn't pay nobody. He couldn't pay the wrestlers, Jim Lanville Neidhart. DDP made a 5-part series about it. Just look up DDP Ernie Shell. And that was back in 2011. DDP went on to destroy Ernie and go back over it. And it was crazy. It's crazy.
So do you have him?
Interviewed Buff Bagwell.
Oh yeah, he just died in. He had Buff Bagwell on and had been begging me because I know pro wrestling like I know my body, and I can interview any wrestler without having to look anything up. And I saved his ass and interviewed Buff Bagwell for him about 2 weeks ago, or right before he went to Minnesota. So about 2 weeks ago, and then he went through the riots in Minnesota. Then he told me he was going ghost for a few days, and he was going to be in Frankfurt filing for governor. Last time I talked to him, Then he was tweaked out where he got arrested live for a few days, and here we are.
Well, I don't understand if he was what now, do we clarify if he was on probation?
Yeah.
So how's he
was on
going
the
to all these
run.
places? Huh?
He's
Oh,
been
he was
on
on
the
the run.
run.
Ah, because I was
He
getting ready
was-
to say, I mean, if you're on probation, you gotta have permission to leave, and go places, and they're not gonna let you do that. Not that I think, anyway. So he was on the run. So how long was he on the run? How long had he been like wanted as a fugitive?
The first time for a couple of years, wasn't it? So, and then
Yeah.
the second time when he did 6 months and 10 days and got out last February, and I don't know how long it was before he screwed up probation and parole. It wasn't long, so he wasn't even out a year. He almost made it 1 year within 3 weeks of making it a year. And then he turns around and gets drilled.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll be talking to Buff again, believe that. But this movie of Ernie Shell's life, yeah, it would have been useless without me. Ernie claims he wrestled Buff Bagwell, but he didn't know nothing about Buff. He claims they wrestled, and Buff hit him with a blockbuster and throwed him out of the ring in a battle royal. Buff didn't remember none of that. Buff Bagwell played character and just agreed with Ernie because Ernie paid him to come on his show. And then
I knew he blew a lot of smoke.
Ernie's eyes was wide open, just like in the videos when he got the Road Dogg Jesse James and Billy Gunn and Ernie and Diamond Dallas Page all in one table eating. Ernie was so nervous, his eyes was wide open, and he was like that the other night. I don't know if he's starstruck or high or what, but I saved him on that interview, and I'm glad I did. I love wrestling. I'm glad I got to interview Buff. That was awesome. And then it went boom, straight downhill from there for him.
Wow.
Brad, share my screen and we'll watch a little bit of this video while you're talking.
Please do.
Oh, let me get my glasses back.
This is him in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, show this.
And if you look close to see how he's holding that knife like a serial killer, you can talk over it because he doesn't say anything. So we'll just play it while you're talking. Let me see if I can make it bigger.
Yeah, Ernie don't talk much during this. He's just geeked out. And Nicolina, the devil herself, was calling 911 the whole time and telling them everything she could about Ernie. And they was telling the cops while they was on their way and while they was talking to him, fixing to arrest him. It was pretty crazy.
See where he's holding that knife?
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's waiting for somebody to come in and just serial kill him.
Yeah, yeah. What is he doing?
Tweaking.
Geeked out. Seeing shadow people. You know how it goes. You see them, you just know how people get on that meth and, well, shadow people, dog. Shadow people. So the police are fixing to be called or being called about this moment. They're being called. And
he was in his bathroom doing it for 2 hours. He did this shit for 2 hours.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So can you skip to the part to where clean urine? Well, yeah, that, and then clean. What's his name? Clean urine.
Clean urine stash.
Shout out to Clean Urine Stash.
Yeah.
What an amazing.
Look at how skinny he looks in that mirror.
And the dispatchers was watching this, Nicolina was telling them exactly where to go back and see the knife. And it was live, so she was having to tell them at different times and this and that. And then she was explaining everything to them.
Well,
That
was he
so-
live doing this on YouTube?
Oh, yeah, it's on his page. This is
Oh,
what
wow.
we're watching. Yeah,
What is he?
He went nuts this time.
I mean, yeah, it don't even make sense. I guess you say he's tweaking or something. I don't know nothing about all that.
Oh, yeah, he's been on the high-speed chicken feed.
And for 2 hours he did this?
Yeah, he must have been up for days.
Oh, wow.
Okay, here's the interview with the boyfriend.
All right, so he just got arrested, and he gets arrested, and the cops are getting fed all this
He's investigating
information,
a crime.
and then this dude just happened. This guy right here just happened to be a local, and pulled right up, knocked on the door after Ernie got arrested.
Of course, Clara. I mean, I think it's great. I just like to document.
Well, we've seen each other dating, hook up or whatever, but I've seen him like 4 times.
Okay.
And he's still not acting like.
I mean, he gets paranoid sometimes.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but I try to reassure me, hey, everything's all right. No one's in here. It's just you and me. Nothing happened last night, or nothing happened this
What
morning.
is he thinking?
It could be genetics. It could be, paranoia, or he didn't sleep for almost like little. Within 5 days, he took a bus. I was down to a 6th day. They had to keep transferring and canceling,
Yeah.
and so he had a fucking,
Do you
he
love
really.
him?
No, it's a friend. Like, I mean, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Like we've just been married, we've only known each other for a couple of months, but we have fun.
Is he using meth again?
No.
That's what everybody's
No.
thinking. Because the way he's
No.
been acting,
Yeah, I didn't know that though.
he's got a history.
I mean,
They was getting
people party or whatever, and I don't judge. I'm not saying that I'm insane either, but I just wasn't aware of that.
Do you know
With
that
him.
he has HIV?
Yeah.
He has HIV?
He has HIV.
Yes, he does.
I didn't know that.
Careful.
You did not know that?
I did not know that.
He was diagnosed with
fucking kidding me?
HIV. He was diagnosed with HIV 2.5 years ago, Chris.
And he doesn't
my
get
goodness.
he doesn't get the cocktails or take prep.
He claims he
Hey.
does.
He doesn't. He's not compliant with it, Chris, and
What's that
that's
mean?
my.
Like,
He doesn't take it regularly. That's why I was worried
Oh.
because I saw yesterday, you guys have like a sexual thing going on, and Ernie has a history of not telling his partners that he's HIV positive.
oh, I didn't know that.
He's a piece of shit, bro.
But he doesn't. It's not like he gets hard or comes. Like
Oh,
we
really?
play. But
Nothing
I
like
mean,
that.
if you guys were having sex unprotected, you need to go get checked out, Chris.
okay,
Please. I
appreciate
mean,
that.
I don't want to see anybody contract an STD.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize like he had another boyfriend. So were you guys using protection?
Most of the time, but
He doesn't get hot.
he doesn't get hard.
Yeah.
And that's a
Oh,
PTSD thing
no.
with him. Like he's definitely have some emotional stuff going on, self-esteem issues and all that stuff. So
I know that.
Well,
I know that, honey, but
you name it.
my concern is that you guys were clearly having some sort of sexual relationship based on what he showed yesterday, and then you
I was the
said
top
some
though.
things-
Oh, all right. Well, good enough.
Yeah.
He's the
There was
top.
I'm just concerned. I think that you should make sure that you go to an emergency department and say that you had an exposure.
In
They will give
Framingham.
you
Just to be safe.
Yeah.
they will give you the cocktail and put you on the medications free through the health department for 6 months. They'll test you again. You need to make sure, because I don't want to see you come down with this and get sick.
I
from it,
appreciate
you know what I
that.
mean?
All
Yeah.
over Ernie. You know what I mean? Like
See, his
fuck
name's
you.
Ernie. I know him by Cole.
Cole.
Yeah.
He's going by Cole.
Yeah.
Doesn't even look like a fucking Cole.
So-
Come on.
Do you know that his name is Ernie? Is that why, or you were just calling him Cole?
Well, you call him Ernie. Like that's what he told you. His name is to you.
His name is
Yeah,
name
we
is
all know him as Ernie Shell.
Huh.
Yeah, he's got a long history.
And the cop, when they're talking to him, they said Ernie, and I'm going. Okay.
Yeah, who the fuck is Ernie?
Yeah,
It's Cole.
fuck is Ernie?
How did you meet him?
On Grindr.
On Grindr?
Yeah,
On Grindr,
He
I
hadn't-
figured.
he'd had almost no experiences with dudes or really, and with not that much with women either. Like, as we had some PTSD issues and some things that may have
He
happened
does.
when he was younger,
Yes, he
But-
absolutely does.
and I
The
recognize
problem
that.
here is he's going by a completely different name to hide his identity.
It's
And
evil.
meanwhile, he has
He's
HIV
wanted.
and he's wanted, but he has HIV. And
Huh.
if you were to test positive for that, let's say, you wouldn't know who infected you. That's why
True.
he's using a fake name.
Yeah,
He's from Kentucky. He has multiple
Originally?
parents. No,
You're gonna
that's
be
where
all
he
right.
lives.
Don't even think too much about that shit. But
Yeah.
just get checked.
No.
oh yeah, I'll be all right. But I
You're
will
gonna be
get
all right.
checked though. But
Chris, he is a felon on the run from charges in Kentucky. He has charges in Arkansas. He has charges in New York State. He
He's
is-
fucked.
Yeah, he is a
what's the
dangerous
fucking
criminal.
problem, man?
He's a
Sorry,
dangerous
it's
criminal.
happening. man.
No, I'm mad because you seem like you were so caring for him yesterday when he was
Yeah.
videotaping. Like, we saw all of that live, and then he went live again this morning, and you were.
And I go, why are you videotaping them? Like, I go, you gotta be kidding. You gotta be kidding me. Like, he's casually holding me hostage, dragging me, going, what's in there? What's in there?
It's
What's
like
in there?
fucking emotional abuse. Like it's
Yeah,
fucked up.
It is
man.
abuse. But I
Do you
said,
realize yesterday he live streamed to over 300 people on YouTube? He
no.
has a YouTube channel called Unlock Your
bitch.
Reality.
Yeah.
So all of this has been seen. The enemas, the silicone butt, and the lube, everything was shown yesterday from the
They
basement.
knew about my EBT lube.
They knew about the EBT.
I call it EBT lube because it's coconut oil, 100% coconut oil, 100% avocado oil, and 100% coconut, avocado, and 100% olive oil.
It's a healthy lube.
Yeah, 3 parts. You can use, you name it, and you can't get the Astroglide on the EBT card.
Hell no.
So I
But,
should patent
my-
that shit.
My concern is you've had at least 4 encounters with him. Please go get yourself checked. And do you have a Cash App or anything?
You catch out.
I do have a cash app.
What is the Cash App?
I can show you.
Go get your-
if you-
Drop it.
Yeah.
Drop it.
Drop it,
if
Chris.
I'm gonna make sure that at least you get some money from people that
Yeah.
they understand how vicious Ernie is, and that he does spread. He does not tell his partners, and I love this guy. This guy, you are so
See, I love him too.
sweet.
Yeah.
Tell me what your Cash App is.
All right. So I'm going to pull it up. This is my Steven Tyler screensaver, whatever. And it says, "Here's the idea. You should go like that," jokingly. But what about cash?
Which favorite Aerosmith song?
Oh my God, there's so many of them. But like Back in the Saddle, Kings and Queens.
All right.
Like old ones, new ones. Like things on Nine Life. Like every record. Face ID. Hold on. Chris would get attention deficit. All right. So here
Can I
we go.
smoke in here? All right, I'll go outside a minute.
But
I don't. I wanted to give you a cigarette.
I just require hugs. But well,
Come here, bro.
I party. Yeah, thank you. I party, but you know that. But pot makes me paranoid.
Yeah.
We're not going to scan that. What are we doing, Chris? Focus.
There it is.
Here we go.
Ready?
Oh, now someone's going to contact me on Grindr. You wait a minute.
Wait a minute, motherfucker.
Yeah,
We're dealing with the last
I didn't
relationship.
get off. I didn't get off either. So just hold on. All right, let's see.
What is it?
He sent me a picture.
Money sign.
Okay.
Money sign?
Yo, Chris,
CM
Chris told Ernie he loved him.
Forte.
My first initial Chris for Chris.
Wait,
My initial Mark.
CMFO
RTE.
RTE.
Yeah. Yeah.
What can you tell me this? What was his last name that he used on Grindr?
You know, he didn't have a last name written on there.
You got his profile?
I do.
Can you
Hell
pull-
yeah.
Yeah, can you pull up the
Okay.
profile for us?
Sure. He deleted it off Grindr, so it's not visible to everyone, but it's in my chat.
Hell yeah.
You know.
Hell yeah. We got
Well, yeah.
so other people can't fucking deal with him.
His name
Well-
on Grindr is Cole Golden Grace.
Yeah. See, that's up. There you go. Ding, 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 ding. That's what I
I can't believe he fucking tried to play you like that.
look
I
at
can't believe that he has a whole different identity.
Yeah, really. That's some sick shit.
It is
My sense of
really
humor
sick.
gives me a bloat, so I don't mean to laugh, but
You gotta laugh, you know? Considering
I'm
how
like,
things
geez, I
are.
didn't even get off.
I didn't even fucking get off.
But he did
It's
either.
Dolph. He didn't get
Right,
out.
so this is his profile. Bottom looking for a job.
Bottom looking for a top. He likes to
Bottom
be
looking for a
another
top?
bubble butt, gear,
And that was his
adventurous,
first too.
chill, curious, shy. I'm just enjoying myself, learn
Oh
more
my
about the
God.
lifestyle, trying to make a relationship, trying to meet friends. It seems normal, but then you find out he's a fucking weirdo.
Well, like he gets
I don't know what happened.
How long has this been going on, I wonder?
It is untelling.
I got to talk to my boys to find out if they noticed something like this back in, like I said, 2007.
Yeah, I'd be speaking with them because there may be
Because they're
boys-
both in their 30s now. So I'm gonna ask them if they had recognized anything like this going on.
Just tell me when to push pause if you guys want to comment. Brad, remember the video I played of Ernie flirting with that boy at Jimbo's? I think he'd be more inclined to touch boys than he would girls. Like
You know, I do too.
mess with them. Maybe an inappropriate touch here, tickling, wrestling. Wrestling would be a good cover for him wanting to grope a boy.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll play the rest of it.
Absolutely.
It's almost over. Ugh,
It's making me nauseous.
I bet.
paranoid and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's a fucking abuser.
Well,
I
dragging me
cannot
on my
believe
phone.
this.
I can't believe it.
this.
I told him I was disappointed in him. Like I was
That's the
really
Cash
disappointed
App.
in him.
I
The
can't believe
Cash
he's
App
doing
is on
Chris
the
like this. This
screen.
fucked up.
You
Yeah, I
know,
know. I'm mad because you need to
I
get
try to not
checked
keep
out.
it, I try to keep it clean, but fucking no.
You know what though? It's like this shit's heartbreaking. Like I don't like people. Like
It is
people
sad.
trying to fucking lie to you and manipulate. It's just evil.
And he's really good to me at times, and believe me, lets me do whatever. Like
Fucking
he's,
knock
submi-
abuse.
he's submissive, but
Ernie was looking for the bottom, right?
and he got it,
Or-
baby.
Ernie's the bottom.
Yeah,
Ernie's the bottom.
Yeah.
The bottom looking
Yeah.
for the top.
yeah,
Yeah.
you got it. I mean, nothing. I'm speaking for a friend.
Chris, do you have his belongings there?
I do.
Yeah, that's right. Some of his stuff. Where'd you have it? It was on the floor.
What's in it? What's in his stuff?
Probably weird.
Let's see.
Go through his
Booze,
stuff. We wanna
drugs.
see it.
I'll bet
No,
he's got
no, he
drugs.
didn't have any drugs in there. No booze.
If he's
I
got
just
drugs, we'll
wanna-
split them.
I just want to
So did
see
you
if
buy-
he's got like masks and stuff in there.
Did he bring any toys?
Yes. Oh, I just got a dick pic from somebody.
Somebody sent you a dick pic? Oh yeah.
Daddy, like,
Yeah, daddy like.
I've never even had a gay thought. I've never even
Moving up in the
dreamed of
world.
it.
He
I
didn't
never
have-
put my arm around someone's ass, put the finger there and go like this and go, who's your daddy? Oh, fuck, I can't believe it said out loud. I never did any of that before.
God, now you're stuck with Ernie's junk.
See, that's my comedy
Yeah,
stuff.
let's see what's in there because he was
That's
just
all
in
he had?
Minnesota.
No, he's got things in the other room too.
Oh, all right. He came with a whole bunch of shit to your house. Jesus.
You know? he took a bus for 5 days
Yeah, he was in Minnesota, like
No.
the protests.
to see me. Like, basically, I'm worth it. Damn it! Like,
Nah, you're worth it, bro. Fuck
Yeah.
that.
You
Don't
are.
let this guy.
You
Don't let
guys,
this guy
Yeah,
beat
yeah,
you.
if you guys can send a cash app to Chris, it's CM Forte.
I just got something on the Cash App though.
Hell yeah.
Didn't I? Someone sent me $13.
Nice. Lucky 13.
Now who sent it?
Don't say their name on.
Don't say
their
the name
on
because they don't want
camera.
people
Don't
to
say
have
it
their
on
name put
camera.
out.
And what do I owe them?
Nothing.
I mean, what do they owe me?
Chris,
here
you are
waiting.
such a sweetheart.
And I'm silly too.
Chris, make a YouTube channel so we can all hang out with you and talk to you.
I have on Instagram
You got a gram?
a gram of what? Buddy? I do get a gram.
I got an 8-ball.
And yeah, I'm cool. But if you let's party,
All
as
right.
long as people kind to each other. What's the question? Oh, it's a question. My question. Who? I thought maybe you said it. Like,
Probably was, sir. What kind of weird shit you got in this bag?
I
First,
just sent him a cash app. I just sent you a cash app too.
you did.
Nick just dropped you one.
Yeah.
Holy crap! Oh wait, the withdrawal. I thought someone just sent me $80. I was like, wait. I'm like, wait a minute. Oh no, I withdrew $80.
Yeah. Show the bag. What's in the bag? I'm
Yeah, what's in
curious.
this weird bag?
Okay. I just wanted to see if you send something or if someone sent something. Where is it? Let's see.
It
Should
might
go to
take a minute to.
Lincoln's.
It might. Yeah. It might take a minute to come.
Now I
through,
get
don't know.
$23.
Boom.
Yeah. I just sent $10.
Oh, that was nice of you. Y'all didn't have to do that, but I do that.
Let me tell you, we saw this shit unfolding so early. I'm getting up. I had a bunch of shit to do today. I saw this going down. I was like, and they were like, yeah, he's in Medway. I'm like, holy shit, that's right. I'm right up the fucking street. So I like that.
Yeah.
Is
Don't
that-
you
is
hate
that-
getting a
Is that house an Airbnb or is that your friend Mark's house?
That
This
was a
is my
nice
friend
house.
Marky's house. It's all one level.
Pretty nice
Is
house.
he?
It is
Yeah. Where
It's
is he?
75.
Where's
74.
Mark? Where's Mark
He's
at?
at work. He's at work.
Okay.
Does Mark get along with Ernie?
He does.
Oh, really?
Even the few times that
Hey, man.
he was here for 2 days, but he gets along with them. But he notices that he acts a little paranoid and kind
Stash?
of,
Will you clean your own stash? I'm gonna put my phone number in the back chat.
Did you say
If
I'm
you could give it
spending my
to-
stash?
If you could give it
Yeah.
to Chris.
I will.
Someone's giving it to me. Well, like I said, I haven't gotten knocked yet, so no. It's funny. I'm like trying to find
Take
out.
that number now.
Now I got $43.
Oh, good.
Wow,
Thank you, guys.
You've been hooking me up. Let's see.
You-
Direct current blessing from 8:44 a.m. front blessings front Nicolia.
That's
Nicole.
me, Nicole.
Nicole.
That's
Thank
me.
you, honey. She sent me
Yeah,
$3.
you're
She started getting the ball rolling.
Yeah.
And
Real.
bless you, feed heart 842. Someone else
Take
sent
my
me a little.
number. Get my number from him.
Yeah, you got a
and text
pen?
me.
Let me write down a number
Yes.
for you.
Or
So we'll bring this in here.
Yeah, let's bring that shit in there. Let's see what kind of weird shit he's got.
Ah, shit.
Might crack like this.
Spice dildo. Hold on, we get the number.
You have.
Here, let me write this down. Hold on. Yeah, fuck that. Just so you can have her number in case you need anything.
Yes.
Oh shit.
I don't remember who I am now.
ask him to send me a text message so I have his number as well.
Yeah.
And then they can send me something I can get laid with. I mean, nothing.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you want to get. I don't know if you want to get laid with Nick. She's a married woman.
Well, I won't break anything.
That's fair. Fair enough.
I was thinking maybe Chris. I was thinking Chris. Maybe we could do an interview with you, and we'll put your cash app.
That's her
on,
number.
And you
That's
could,
cool.
We could talk.
Yeah,
about,
try to get some dough.
get a little
Well,
bit
that's
more
nice,
detail.
though.
I mean,
Like, how an interview for what? Like, it's just you guys work for the like a
Nick does all-
association.
Kinda. I sell synthetic urine to people who want to pass drug tests.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and she does more of like
So he knew you get it was cool that you can say it.
Yeah.
I
We know.
kind of follow Ernie on social media because Ernie has
Follows
left
his weird shit.
a trail of victims in his path. Yeah,
like
you're not the
documented
only one.
abuse.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
And then like I put him in his place and stuff and say, so did you get enjoyment out of like power play with people? I said, you break the cycle, you don't follow the pattern. If you had shit that happened, you go to counseling, you talk about it. It's all about power or the need for power, which means the person's insecure or they would have nothing to prove.
I love this lamp.
And we all
I love this lamp. I like that one too.
Chris,
Right?
Those are nice.
Chris, all
So
you
I-
need to do is Google Ernie Shell and you will find
Yeah.
so much.
Oh
Like
shit.
Ernest
what-
Max
what-
Shell.
Ernest Max Shell. Clean
It sounds like
urine
a food.
sashes is classy, right? Oh, wait, clean
Sassy Legs.
legs.
Who's sassy?
That's me. I'm JoJo Sassy
you?
Legs.
Oh, nice. Sassy legs.
Sassy Legs. I'm a dancer. I was a dancer back in my day.
Nice.
The
Awesome.
tap. Jazz tap.
That makes you sassy.
Makes me sassy. Keeps it moving.
I'm talking about jam. All my characters.
Is
So
Ernie's
I-
phone?
That's some
Hey,
nice
is
ones.
Ernie's phone there? Is Ernie's
Is
phone
Ernie's
there?
phone here?
The police
Took it.
have
Oh, they didn't leave it on the shelf in the living room?
no.
Okay.
What kind of weird shit's he got in his bag?
I know he's like no, I'm hoping to see some weird shit.
I'm hoping he's
Come
got
on,
something
is that
weird.
all you got?
Or like piles of money or guns.
I
Like
wish, but not the guns. We don't want.
we got the guns. I'll take the
I
guns.
don't want to just stuff either. And this is gonna let me fuck him again.
He better let you fuck him again after fucking what he put you through.
Yeah, check to see if his medications
Oh,
are in
man.
there.
I'm getting him fucking
takes-
pregnant now.
What is
He
that?
takes
Victor-
Biktarvy. That's the
Biktarvy.
HIV medication.
Well, he's taking it.
Sell that shit on the internet. Sell that.
Shouldn't I keep it for him to take though?
Fuck him. He's gonna be in jail for a while.
I fucked him.
Because he's not getting out because he was on the run from felony probation in Kentucky.
Yeah, he's fucked.
Kentucky's extraditing him, and they'll probably give him the full sentence that he was supposed to have. And then he has pending charges in Arkansas. He
Oh,
has
no.
court for in 2 weeks for being under the influence of meth, causing a crash, resisting and obstructing. He's in a lot of trouble. He's a
didn't
lot
realize-
of trouble.
Don't leave now,
didn't
Rev. The
realize
Nikes are
that
coming
stuff.
up.
Yeah, he's not a
What
good guy.
The thing is I liked him. Like I wanted him to be a good guy, hopeful for a good friendship.
Fucking always do.
And then I get hurt by people, like emotional people
Yeah,
playing
he
games.
does.
I mean, it's a circle dance. It goes round and round, and he's had to go, what do you expect it to hook up at? I expect people to fucking treat each other like humans and be kind to each other and
Yeah.
respectable.
Yeah.
Fucking grown adult.
Yeah, but the fuck, man. I mean, shit. I mean,
Unbelievable. Got the big
There's a chance he also was part of a murder in Kentucky back in 2013.
Wow.
So please be careful if he tries to reach out. But this guy, Chris, met Ernie on Grindr. Ernie went by the name Cole. Ernie was he was a power bottom. And
don't have to tell everyone.
And you know he didn't have
What's the power?
There was no power.
No, because I was the first one. He used choice. That's never a
Fucking
guy.
a lazy bottom is what he
That's right.
was.
Until me, I'm honored. I mean, he chose me as the participant.
oh,
He didn't do you right
So-
though.
Well, I did him.
did you
But no, he
use
didn't get me off.
did you
Fuck
use
yeah.
did you use protection? If you did not, please go to the hospital.
I'm not gonna lie and say that he did.
Okay.
Roll down.
Good check.
He didn't fuck
Yeah.
me, but
I don't want to scare you. Just just get checked. Fuck it.
he didn't even fucking come. I mean, shit.
Man didn't even come. Ernie can't even bust a
I
nut.
don't care if he was hard or not. He didn't fucking shit.
Can't even bust a nut. What the
How-
fuck?
how-
That is rude.
That's my.
That's fucking rude.
Chris, you were not
I-
Ernie's first. You were not Ernie's first man. I'm sorry.
No, I
you
mean,
were
but
not.
to get fucked. I said something the other day about I'm sure I wasn't your first.
The way he
You
said
were
it.
not.
But he said he hooked up with one other situation too, but one of them like I don't know, tied him up or whatever, and like blew him and fuck him. The
You
other,
tied him up?
the other one couldn't get hot enough to fuck him up. Like he didn't.
You tied him up?
Allegedly, he
He's
didn't.
into getting tied up.
Not into it by. With me, he wanted me to try something like that because he could trust me.
Yeah,
He felt.
yeah,
And I said, I'm
Oh,
saying, I'm
wow.
gonna tie it loosely. I'm not tying it.
yeah.
I'm gonna pretend to handcuff, so pretend, but I'm not gonna treat like shit or pretend to be, like
He needs to be treated like shit. Honestly, beat the shit
fuck
out
it.
of him.
Next time I won't use any lube then.
Yeah, fucking hit him with a fucking hammer. God.
Hey, that's
didn't
a
really
big
see
fact.
The rotten shit he does. That sucks, right? And I feel for him.
Tied up
Exactly.
like Ronnie King, my
Yeah,
God.
like that. That's
Fucking
fucked
I'm
up.
58. I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah, dude, seriously.
See, that's I can do some acting like I feel like when I do say
Hell yeah.
your misery, your
He's got his
happiness.
big Tavi.
Let's see what else you got going on.
But he's telling me there's a gun in there. More big Tavi.
Fuck, I gotta solve it. It's okay.
If there's drugs, we gotta split
Okay.
them. More big Tavi, not those drugs.
No. Nothing.
They
Damn,
look
he's got a
for
shit on that,
fine
huh?
pills in the rock,
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah,
but-
but there's no meth in here.
No meth, no coke.
Fuck,
Fuck.
Yep.
dude,
Missed a
you
lot,
really
Benny.
fucking failed.
We need the white stuff.
I guess some white stuff. But I
This-
think what you're looking for.
No, I want
This is
booger
Ernie's-
sugar.
For those of you just coming in, this is Ernie's boyfriend. They met on Grindr a while back.
No, am I
Ernie's the
am I
bottom.
on YouTube?
Talking to Nick.
Ernie, yeah, you're talking to me, but
Okay.
I'm just saying, like,
Is that his book? Notebook is just happened to see me.
Oh, is his tablet?
I didn't even know he had one on him.
Shit, go on his YouTube channel. Tell everybody what he did.
Shit.
That would have been awesome.
I could always use it. No,
Hell yeah, sell that shit. Fuck him.
if we're on recording and
Yeah.
something, then
does,
No,
does
we-
he
See
have-
that?
we're role
Are there-
playing here.
We're just
are
role
there any
playing.
badges?
Yeah.
Are there any badges in there?
Oh
Badges-
yeah, he tells people he's like a super soldier,
Badges of
CIA.
honor?
Yeah, he's got this whole thing about how he's like a fucking bounty hunter and like
certified bottoms, the only one that I saw in there.
certified bottom.
And then he hit it on him. Back.
Nah, he
Come
tries to
on,
tell
man.
people he's like a CIA asset and works for the government. all this
He
crazy-
never laid those ones on me. That's,
Oh my god, it's crazy. The fucking cowboy hat.
as long as you
So
let me
he-
bend you over, it doesn't matter what you define yourself as. It's fucking nothing.
Yeah,
Fuck,
we
get
did
rid
get
of
to see
that
the
out loud again.
grinder. He showed us the grinder.
Hand warmers. He doesn't have shit.
What is it, cock warmer?
That's from
Chicken
Minnesota.
warmer?
That's from the Minnesota protests.
Yeah, he was at them protests in Minnesota. That dude got shot. The Trump
Oh,
bullshit.
shit.
Ernie was there.
He was?
Yeah.
Oh.
He was there. He was in New York. He was hanging out in New York at another protest. He just gets around. He just drips. That's what he does. Drips. And then looks for people to take care of him.
Well, I still really liked him.
That sucks, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You'll find another one, dude. There's plenty of dudes on
Well, there's
Grindr.
plenty of people I fuck around with, but it's not just fucking,
Yeah, I mean, really want the
anytime I meet
headache?
someone, it's like they're my friend,
Yeah.
and I hope they come back and we have a beautiful time together with no judgment and be cool with each other and adventurous because you know what I am, and they don't get that shit at home. I
Yeah.
mean, nothing. It's not when guys. Hold on a second. Guys pick up the slack where their women lack. So many of them are married and have girlfriends, and
Some of them are
Yeah.
super soldiers.
you know they want what they're not getting,
Some of them are bounty hunter fucking super soldiers and they don't realize they're gay.
and you know, or
Are
maybe
you?
like
Hey,
not super
Chris,
duper gay with the skip of gay-ish, you got gay qualities.
Chris,
Yeah.
Chris, have you ever been on YouTube under the name of Eyes?
No,
Under Eyes? No. Okay.
I with an I know.
You did. You really
No.
didn't know he did not. You did not know about his YouTube. Okay. Yeah.
I can't believe you didn't know this shit.
Well, I just YouTube because I know I can't get on Facebook. Someone hacked me or whatever, but I go on YouTube, but it's not going to come up. It's
Right.
not most popular search
Yeah.
unless
Unless you know what you're looking for.
yeah.
I still can't believe he told you his name was Cole.
I know.
But
Cole.
are you really that surprised though when you think about it? I mean, just like I just thought pick a better name than Cole. I don't know. No, I mean,
Still fucked up by it though. Like Cole, are you fucking kidding me? I'm just tell people your name's Ernie. He
Fuck
thinks
it.
he's secret.
well,
Yeah, his
you
name's
think he's
Ernie.
cute. I don't even know. It's such a low self-esteem.
I can't believe I can't believe he let you tie him up. I didn't know he was into bondage.
I tell him if I do anything like that, it's supposed to look like you're tight.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're so loose. So I'm not gonna tightly bound. I wouldn't want someone to do that to me if I just met them and they tied me up and fucking they're gonna torture me and fucking kill me or torture me and then leave me alive to be mentally fucked up over it. Like
Fuck that.
I wouldn't want to scare anybody.
Nah,
So when they request that, it's a fantasy thing. You go, okay, we're playing a role.
Is Ernie into like child sexually abusive material or
No.
porn or anything like
Nope.
that?
Never seen any
scratch
indication.
that off the list.
Yeah,
God.
And
Ernie was-
nothing
Ernie
but
was
the
the
animals either.
bomb.
Fuck, how boring.
How boring.
No animals, shit. No,
He's so vanilla.
no
No
fuck them.
animals. This dude wants to fuck a
It's
ghost.
just my sense of humor. But you know, if I get arrested, I hear the sex in here is amazing.
Oh,
Well,
Chris,
well,
that's
well,
wild.
If you get raped, I get denial enough on Grindr and Delphin Finder and rejection. If I can't get any sex in fucking jail, then I'm really fucked. So if Big Bubba hasn't raped me for 3 days already, I'm like, something's off here.
Well, Ernie's lucky. It's Massachusetts. It's not like that in jail in Massachusetts.
Fuck.
No.
I go because I'll say that I want to be happy, so I'll say, yeah, could I have a gun in there, maybe some money, you never know. I said, who the fuck are gonna blow around here to get fucking fisted? I mean, fuck. I mean, Gabby's like, fucking give me the
Fisted?
credit out loud.
Fisted? Did you say
Yeah,
fisted?
it was the joking of it.
Whose dick do you guys suck to get fisted in this jail?
I know. You get more sex in the fucking straight bar than you do up in fucking Grindr.
Did you make Ernie holler? Like, did he orgasm? Or
Ernie can't come.
Oh,
oh,
he
okay. Well, that's
did.
right. That's
Oh,
right.
he did?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I thought you said Ernie can't get it up.
can't get it up. But I get it.
One of those drooly gross comes.
No, but pretty. You know, it gets some mass in there.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. I
I arouse him more than you would expect to be aroused and whatnot. And he coming when I'm toying him, or you know,
Oh,
Fuck it,
he likes
fuck it.
pillows and shit.
but but not big.
dribbled. He dribbled.
He dribbled.
He dribbled.
He dribbled.
Did I
He
dribble?
No, Ernie dribbled to come.
Oh, he dribbled.
Yeah, like
But he didn't even. I don't think he even got me to come.
damn,
No,
Rob.
because the situation come up, and we're like, okay, we're at my friend Marky's house, and we're like, and he left a couple of times because he got paranoid. So the first 2
Yeah.
times, can't finish if someone says,
I get it.
I'm
I
getting
get
the
it.
man,
Yeah, I get it. All
you
right.
know,
So,
and I let
so
him know he's safe, you know, it's just a shame.
It is a shame.
did he take a shower at all when he's been there?
Yes, he did.
And how
It's
long
almost
ago- how
over.
many months ago? What month did you guys meet up for the first time?
When I first met him, let me see if I go into my Grindr account. I don't think it was his first account. In other words, some of them expire if you're not a paid member, or
Okay.
Oh, he probably had dozens. You know, changing his name and shit. You know, he's up to something.
and someone who sent me. Yeah, I got.
Oh,
Well, I got a
don't
dick
show-
pic
don't-
from somebody
I
that-
don't want to see any deep
The dick
pics. I don't
You
want to see
don't?
that, please. No,
Let's
no,
see
no,
Ernie
no,
take
Do you guys want to see it? See that?
no, no. Don't do
I mean,
that to
his,
me, please.
you don't want to see his.
No, nobody's.
Oh, you
So
have been.
I'm married, but
Okay. You're a good girl.
so how long ago did you meet him?
I'm looking for his profile right now because he deleted it, but I still have the chat. He's not like on there. He said people like weird, like, and it's true.
Yeah,
People can
fucking weirdos.
nasty, like Play games.
Is
They
there
make
is there a
them-
way is there a way you can show, like, you got my phone number, if you can send me a screenshot of his Grinder account?
I'm gonna. I'm looking for it.
Okay.
I couldn't see it. Now I can't see, but I could see the yesterday. I mean, you can have a screenshot of it, but
Chris, I dig
don't
the
wanna get it.
style. You know, I like the stuff.
I
we
mean,
got.
I know JoJo Clean Urine Stash he's seeing it and he can confirm that that's Grinder, right?
Oh yeah, that's Grinder, all right. That's the
Okay.
real deal.
I mean that's him.
I knew
I'd
it was
already picked
Grinder
the
gone
pop.
bad yesterday. Yeah, I don't want to see any nudity.
No ding ding. You want to see
No ding dongs.
No dangling. No dangling.
I don't want my Christian eyes to see any other nakedness other than my
Yeah,
husband,
me neither.
or I will go to hell.
Bring it, honey. Bring it. She plays the part really well, you know.
Nah, she's good. Good. She's quick.
She's like, you know, I've had to cover my ass enough. I mean, fuck, I can't believe it said out loud.
Shit, is that his messages?
Let's see if we can. Oh,
Yeah, no.
right. Like, when I want to see that. Okay, let's.
Oh shit, there he is.
Ah, that is him.
That's him.
You
Okay.
bad boy.
All right.
You bad.
Incredible.
This is incredible. I
That's
knew
his ass?
I knew he was
No
on
way.
Grindr. I knew it.
Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, I didn't.
Oh
What's
my
he showing?
god.
I had to take off
He's
screen.
a guy
Yeah, I
but I
don't,
don't want to see it.
hold on, guys.
No,
I'm like, it's morbid curiosity, I guess.
Of
But
course.
my god.
Okay, I don't want to see anymore.
Oh, you not see it.
No matter what you says about it, that you guys say about it, I gotta go.
I've seen it. I can't
And you
confirm.
know, I gotta admit, he can be really fun. Fuck. Shit. Get him back here.
Oh my
That's
god.
why I do a lot of acting. Back in,
Is that him? Is that him?
Yeah, don't.
Oh my god.
yeah.
No way.
I can't risk that.
I just like, I don't picture her. Oh my god.
What is it? What is it?
He's got like a
describe it.
jock strap thing on, and like his butt cheeks is spread.
Yeah, the assless chap and something.
Assless
Ah!
chap, his butt cheeks spread. Oh my god.
I mean,
Oh my
I mean,
God.
yeah. How dirty?
Jesus, Ernie. Whoa.
Boy, are you wild.
That one's fucking crazy. No fucking
You
way.
guys, it's fine. We don't need those. I don't want to see them.
Well,
You're gonna want to see these.
Okay, well then you can
Like, you
get
can
them
do a character and be
afterwards.
like, no, wait, let me see that. What's that? Sorry,
Too
I
funny.
went on a tangent.
Yeah, wow, that's
Seeing how to play a role.
that's fucking incredible.
I don't want to see any of it. No.
I'll tell you, I don't know who he pushes about and he's got guns in his mouth. I'm dominant. I'm the dominant one, man.
I mean, you're holding all the power now. He's locked up, so
Damn
fuck
fucking-
him.
Fuck. And I'll ask him how was sex in jail. I heard it was amazing.
They heard you had a good time in there, bud.
You know, in other words, if the joke about it is because people get raped, and then like most of them,
That's
not
Massachusetts.
necessarily asking for it.
It's Massachusetts. They don't do that here.
Fuck.
I'm going to
I
play
gotta go to another state.
You gotta go down south for that.
Get fisted. I mean, Kevin said, fuck. I
Unfortunately,
believe I said that out loud again.
I don't write the rules. You know,
Don't shoot the messenger.
fucking bummer.
You know? Yeah, really. Shit. Fuck.
Yeah, you need to report his Grinder account because he has HIV and he's not.
Yeah, seriously,
I don't want trouble.
dude, he's gonna kill somebody.
But by, I mean, like, I guess you don't have to. But the law, you don't have to.
I thought you had to disclose.
You don't
I
have to
didn't think you-
disclose that.
That is a privacy issue.
Oh, what a fucking asshole! Yeah, but like privacy issues, like, dude, I don't want to get AIDS.
Right.
You know, like, fuck.
Like you would think that was something.
You would think that'd be like a real thing. Like, you have to tell. Like,
Yeah.
fucked. It'd be like if I had cancer and I could transmit it by breathing on you.
And
I have a right. You have a right to know.
I'm private about my cancer. Even though I can breathe it on you, you know, it'd be like,
The fuck, man.
fuck. So what am I looking at? Now I'm just looking at other profiles. Wait a minute. I just getting.
I don't know, but I saw his butthole, and that was something.
That
No,
yeah.
it's nice. I mean,
He's got
Did
an
you
all
get
right
any
one.
more, did you get any more cash apps, Chris?
Since like, he's a little curious.
I like to laugh, you know. I get it.
Yeah,
I
if
get
you
it.
wanna-
You
yeah.
know,
I like to laugh too, but I still didn't get off.
I think they're trying to
You guys
cash
know
out.
if everyone else.
I can't believe you didn't get off. You got robbed.
Well,
You got
especially
robbed.
when he like he had to leave. Rebecca Hopkins, no patience for stupid.
Patience is stupid.
That was last one was 8:40,
Ew.
and 8:47 was Rebecca,
I don't say hello.
and then
Everybody
Mr.
knows.
Scott. was
There's some dude named
8:47.
Scott.
Is that you?
Yeah, that's me, Scott.
Oh, cool. And then 8:46 was
And then another
Nicole,
person, yeah, Nicole.
and then direct.
I don't want anybody's last name.
How much,
dropped.
how much did you get total, Chris?
So far it says 58.
Awesome.
Actually,
I'm glad.
refreshing. You know, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Skrilla.
Now bring me some of the good stuff.
Couldn't bust the nut, but you got a little money.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm not saying that we didn't
Yeah, you tried.
party.
You tried, but fuck
Right.
Ernie can't even fuck right. Can't do nothing. You can't do nothing.
I really want to laugh at it though, because it's just,
You gotta laugh
you know
at
what I
it.
mean? Like, it's an anxiety thing, self-esteem, all that stuff. So I knew that PTS, like, that he had some shit happen.
It's already 9. I gotta get running. I'm supposed to be moving today.
This is
Oh,
a
I-
cash giveaway. This is a cash
I couldn't believe
giveaway.
I just saw this happening.
Where you moving to?
I've got to move. I got to help a friend move from here up to Saugus.
Oh, Saugus.
Yeah, wait.
Oh, move with friend.
No, sure, yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant you moving.
No, I'm in Boston.
Oh, Boston?
Yeah.
My brother Bob was in
Andy Square. Andy Square. Oh
Andy
yeah.
Square.
Oh yeah.
The Southie.
South, they fucking are.
You know? Yeah,
All
we're
right,
talking about. Yeah.
Jojo,
Yeah.
I gotta.
Jojo
get
was a
going here.
married man, was a
Make
woman.
sure
You got
he has
Nicole's
my
number.
number.
Yeah, you got. I wrote the
I got-
number down. Text her.
All right.
Just to
Yeah,
keep
text
up
me,
with her.
Chris.
Oh, if I only had a brain.
Oh, yeah,
And you know what, if I fuck up and like I'm at the register buying something and they go, oh, you left your wallet there. I go, oh man, I kind of get a pass.
yeah.
People laugh, like they laugh about it. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, I just did something really, really stupid, but like they kind of
Well, are we all traumatized enough?
Oh, I think so. Wow. I'm still trying to fathom all this, man.
Yep.
To think he was with me for about, I want to say, like I said, I want to say 3 to 6 months, and with our family. And I mean, I know there was weird things going on, but I didn't think it was like that.
For the people that came in late, can you tell us just a little recap of your story with Ernie?
Well, like I said, I mean, he just
Hey, Rumor.
he just came into my office one day there in Everett, and started, just started talking and what have you, and being Ernie, I guess. And not that Ernie. But it was strange. It was, anybody I think that probably knew Ernie probably knew that he was prone to a lot of exaggeration. I mean, in my experience anyway. He liked to, tell tall tales, probably taller than you can imagine, but like I said, when we caught up when he was driving for me, I mean, the first real major sign I got is just like when I got taken. That's the thing about it, is like, I mean, he didn't gain nothing by me bailing him out. It cost me $1,000. There was nothing that he gained there. And the other 1,000 was money he just flat out stole, with a tall tale. And I don't know, and I really don't know what happened to that 1,000. The other 500 that I did give him was to get rid of him, because I had to just get him gone. So I was into him altogether, like I said, for about 2,500. But I'm thinking now, I'm just thinking right here, what is he he's is he get out? He's not getting money from this guy like this one here you just showed. Obviously, I don't think the guy's paying him. I mean, he don't come.
He says his sister testified on the stand that Ernie was gay for pay, but I don't know if this guy gave him money. But most of
Okay.
Ernie's money came from middle-aged to elderly women who were on Social Security or disability. When they'd get their checks on the third of the month, they'd send him because they thought they were helping find kids. Ernie'd say, we're going to save the children. And his cash app was rescue our children. So all these ladies would donate him money thinking that they were a part of a greater good of rescuing children.
So does anybody know exactly like any kind of money amount that he actually benefited from all this?
He said himself one year he made $90,000.
Damn.
But exaggerate stuff. But I do know that he was able to afford to travel all over up and down the East Coast, to eat out every night, every meal, get it Uber delivered, get Uber drivers, get Greyhound bus tickets without a job. So
what was he driving? What kind of vehicle did he have?
A Greyhound bus took him. He don't have a car.
I mean, really?
He takes Uber rides or Greyhound bus everywhere he goes.
And then what does he do when he gets there?
Just takes another Uber.
Here.
He's got somebody there he's going to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And he's been doing this for how many years?
As long as I've known him.
I mean, obviously he was with me for 3 to 6 months, our family. Yeah.
But correct, just go ahead and tell everybody you and him never done anything.
Oh, fuck no.
You're a single, you're a married man.
Oh, hell. Well, I'm divorced now, but not because hell no. God almighty.
I just needed to make that clear for the people.
Oh, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot
Right,
for that one. Yeah. Oh, no. No, and I mean, really, I was just like, God damn. No, hell no. What are you? Oh my
now,
gosh.
I was just wanting to clear that up for the people watching.
Hell, you done got me. I'm so damn high right now. I done forgot your name.
It ain't Ernie.
Oh God, no. I mean, it never crossed me that because he always told me, he always let on that he had this girl back in Wise, Virginia. I mean, I don't know who that was. And he acted like he was engaged to her. So, I mean,
that might have been his cousin. He married his cousin. That might have been his cousin. He married his like second or third cousin.
Do you know what her name was?
Oh, what was her name? I know, I just can't think of it.
I can't remember what her name was. What? Melinda. You know, I might even have some old emails in my email box from back then because I never delete nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have to check and see because I know he sent some emails. He
had a son with Melinda. He has one boy.
Yeah, I was thinking he had a child. He was a baby at that time. But you know when he was born?
He's 18 or 19 now.
Okay. That's fitting about the time because I said to about 2007. I said it was somewhere right in there. So yeah, it was I remember he would just have it and he was like yeah, I remember that. And I believe he said he lived in Wise. I'm pretty sure it was in Wise, Virginia.
With Ronnie Gardner Jr.
So I don't remember the name or anything like that or anything. I thought I was just helping out I thought I was helping out a friend and helping out a fourth or fifth cousin, what you will, because like I said, we are somewhat related. I think it might have been like he might have been his grandma, his great grandma, might have been like an aunt to me or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
He claims to come from a long line of child traffickers and killers. He said his whole family was killers. His dad, his grandpa, his grandpa took a man behind a building and killed him once, and his dad killed a man, and his brother killed a man, his mom killed a man. He tells
Well,
all these wild tales.
I know his grandpa and I know his great grandpa. I know both of them. And I know them fairly well. And his grandpa's name was actually Sheb too. Sheb. Yeah,
Shelby?
Sheb. Well, it could have been Shelby, yeah. But we always called him Sheb. So but I remember growing up, he would like he was a drunk. I mean, he could tell stories like nobody you'd ever heard, you know. His grandpa could tell stories like you wouldn't believe. But he was always drunk. But then he got to the point where he stopped drinking and he was going to church. I mean, he's driving a church bus there for a long time. But I do remember, and I told this earlier, huh? I said this earlier. I said, and I don't want to, like I said, but I remember now, because the shit thing that he did and everything, but I remember when he got his SSI check, I remember he went to the doctor's appointment, and I remember there was a flower pot in the window, and his grandpa went over there and grabbed and right there in the lobby and just pissed in it.
Oh my God.
So this may be, some of this may be, I don't want to say genetic or whatever, but I do remember that's how he got, and he was proud of that too. I mean, he didn't make that no secret. That's something he let, it was pretty much what he told. And that's how he got his SSI check. He went in there and just right there, women and all, whoever was in the lobby, he just pulled it out and pissed right there in the flower pot. So, and his
grandfather, Michelle.
Huh?
She said Ernie or the grandpa got a Social Security check. I said the grandpa.
Yeah, the grandpa. That's how he got his disabilities. His SSI for not being mentally stable, I guess, or whatever. So, but I mean, as far as a likable person, I mean, it's kind of different up there, especially up at Black Mountain, up there where he's from, and the families that are up there. Very, as far as good people, and if you're from there, very solid people. Yeah, some of them are kind of like, you got to realize there's a lot of people in our family, but that was kind of normal for cousins to marry cousins.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of that, first cousins marrying first cousins up there. In the genealogy, you don't have to take my word for it. The genealogy's there. It's all in black and white. So, but as far as that other thing that he just mentioned a while ago about, no, that was never, I mean, that, like I said, I was so busy with work and stuff like that. I wasn't really I was busy scheduling, picking up things. I was doing it all myself. I was self-employed and everything at the time, and which I always liked to do. Even when I was driving a semi, I was self-employed most of the time. So, just staying busy and just staying focused on work, and people come and go all the time, and I just, he had that likable personality, without a doubt. He could talk and he could, but, and I just overlooked his exaggeration a lot. You know what I'm saying? I just overlooked it. And I imagine now that I'm looking back at it now, that I'm just like, wow, I was like probably all kinds of red flags, and I wasn't picking up on them, for some reason. I don't know.
Eyes in the dark. Ernie brought his own family into this when he tells tall tales about his family. When he says his papa killed a man. When he says his mama killed a man. When he tells us all the tales of them being human trafficking. Ernie brought his family into this. Nobody else. We're commenting on
that's what I was hating to, I was hating to do, because some of those people were, good people. So I don't want to disparage anyone, or
Yeah.
especially disparage the memory of anyone. I don't want to do
Yeah.
that.
That's
That
what
would be not.
his sisters couldn't understand, why he wanted to paint their family in such a light, of being so crappy, because I guess his grandma was a God-fearing woman, and she put them in Bible school and church, and Ernie and Shelby learned the Bible verses and, learned from her. I guess she was a real good woman. She raised them after their mom couldn't. But
Well, it's
yeah.
great. I know most of the family were also of the Pentecostal faith,
Mm-hmm.
and they went to the snake handling churches and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That was for sure. They believed in that kind of religion where you handle snakes and stuff of that nature. Very, what I would consider very religious people and stuff like that by far. I mean, kind of even to the point of strictness, because I remember his great grandmother who lived there at 31 camp, and her husband, which would be his great grandfather George. They were, I mean, they were very, I mean, don't get me wrong. There was that other side, because there was a lot of bootlegging and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
There was things that were like not lawful things to do
Mm-hmm.
that they did back in those days. And plus, we didn't really have law up there at that time. Because state police wouldn't even come up in that area because there was no radio communication. So we were sort of like self-governed.
Yeah.
Do you
Okay,
follow what I'm
so
saying?
I got a question. Do you
Yes.
remember Ernie's mother ever fighting in a tough man competition?
I'm trying to even think what his mother's maiden name was. I didn't know her all that well. I know the older ones, and his mother and his father, because because he's got the last name Shell. So, and I guess his mother was the Madden.
Yeah. Madden.
John Paul
Uh,
Madden, yeah. Shout out
I
John
think,
Paul.
yeah, and I never had no problem with none of those folks. Like I said, always, and see like I said, his great grandmother, Ernie's great grandmother, was my she would have been my great aunt.
Mm.
And so, and they all lived there pretty close together around each other, and everybody knew everybody, and everybody, it was back in the day, like when I said, when things were a little bit simpler, we didn't, there was like, nobody didn't have all these phones and stuff like they do now,
Yeah.
didn't even have house phones really. We had one, I know my mama had one phone, and it was on one of those party lines, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, everybody kind of sat on their porch, and I mean, Mama would run me over to his great grandmother's house. I'd get buttermilk and eggs and things like that. They had
Mm-hmm.
chickens, just country folks, good folks,
Mm-hmm.
salt of the earth type people,
Mm-hmm.
nothing wrong. But now the things that they did outside of that, that's none of my business. See, and that's the way we
Yeah.
took it. If it wasn't our business, we stayed out of it. So if anybody did anything, it was sort of like, we handled problems between ourselves. No, calling the police was not a thing. That was a joke.
Mm-hmm.
There was no police.
No.
I have to
And
address this question real quick. Eyes in the dark. Why don't you call for Ernie? Say, "Come to me, Ernie. Come to me. Do you see me, Ernie? Do you see me?"
Yeah.
Keep doing
Shut
that,
the
and maybe
fuck
he'll
up.
appear.
You fucking
Okay.
cunt.
Yeah,
I
she's the one.
try to
Go ahead.
I try to understand what creates this, more than what it is, because what it is happens somewhere. You know what I mean? There's always it just don't happen. And I mean, I mean, we can really get sick into this, because I know when some of those boys would like get drunk and stuff. I remember one time they went up there, and he would have been one of Ernie's great uncles or something like that. I remember he had a cow. Some of the boys went over there, and they they took a saw and cut the saws. They cut They screwed the cow and then cut its legs off.
What the? Ernie
Tell me.
did?
No, no, not Ernie, but it was
Others in his family.
others around. I'm gonna put it that way. And I'm
Yeah.
trying to tell you that when you're in a mindset, when you're around that and you're grown like that, you're like, your brain is like a computer and how you're raised. You know what I'm saying? You only know you're a product of your environment, is what I'm trying to say. And when you're a product of your environment like that, yeah, a lot of strange shit happens.
Guys, it's not
Wow.
Ernie's sister. I know who Eyes is. She's one of the Tiggers. She's one of the diehard Tiggers. She's been around for a while. I won't say what her other name was, but she's one of Ernie's diehards, like one of the Manson sisters.
I'm just saying things like that happen, you know, and I'm not saying no specifically who did what or anything like that,
Yeah.
but sometimes when those boys got drunk or they got high, and I think some of this goes back to where, and most of us has this, most of us have Indian in us, and like Cherokee Indian.
Ernie
So
said
when
he
they
was
got,
Cherokee.
yeah, exactly. So when you got that blood in you, when you know, it's sort of like if you ever watched the old westerns or anything like that, it was illegal to give the Indians whiskey because
Yeah,
they would go crazy. It's the
yeah.
same thing with what up there. When they got on the whiskey or they got on any kind of drugs like that, they just go crazy. And that's what I'm trying to say to you is
Yeah.
like some of this is just, it's more than just one individual. This is a
Yeah.
this is a big problem. Yeah, it's a big problem.
Wow, this is way crazy. I mean, when you think it can get at the top of the mountain of craziness, right when you about to go over the top of Pine Mountain, there's another couple curves to go up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now we find out his family's sewing cows up, and
Well,
oh
I didn't
boy,
say I don't quote me on his family, okay?
right? Just
I'm speaking generally speaking that I could tell you stories of things that went on up that way that would just like,
Ernie
you
said that
know,
his grandpa found a child molester and drug him behind either a wagon or a pickup, chained him to the wagon. And Ernie said, "Papa, what are you doing to that man?" And my papa said, "I'm taking him to meet Jesus, son." That's a story Ernie tells.
could have been true. I don't know how much some of the things he said, I wouldn't say they were all hyper exaggerated.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. That I wouldn't put it that way. It was sort of like too back in that day, like too, if you were like from a place like Jones's Creek and you come up to Disney, say for example, and you was caught there after dark, you might not leave.
what?
That's true. And vice versa. If you was from Disney and went to Jones's Creek, you might not come out.
Is that kind of like the hollers there? If you're from one holler, you stayed in your
Yes,
own
ma'am.
holler.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
And there was one way in and one way out, and there was
Yes,
somebody at
ma'am.
the top of the holler that knew everybody that came in.
Yes, ma'am. It was very territorial like that. Like you would see in the inner city as far as gang territory.
Mhm.
Harlan County at one time, and this just wasn't there. This was in a lot of places, you know, throughout the county. And so we have to understand the history to what, you know, and how far we've come. But,
Mhm.
you know, there's a long ways to go because I know still, I mean, I could sit here for 2 or 3 days and tell you story after story. Okay. And I wouldn't tell, no, don't like to mention people that are not living no more. And I don't want to disparage families. What I'm trying to say is because my family's part of that too. Okay.
Mhm.
My families are Hensley's. My great uncle was a bootlegger, a very famous bootlegger up there. They called him Silver. And you know, and things, there's certain people that controlled certain things. It was just that way. And we didn't, like I said, there was no police. There was no police.
I remember a bootlegger, which you've got almost 20 years on me age wise. At least six. I think you're about 16 years older than me. I remember a bootlegger up that way, and he shot Josh Shanks, Eddie Jack Knuckles, John Cox, and Fish Bow. You remember that? Carl Maiden.
Yeah, yes, sir. There's,
I,
you know,
they lit Josh up.
it's not a place you want to mess around if you're not from there.
Mm-mm.
And you know, you still have those danger zones too, even to this day. There's danger zones all around. So you have to be careful, you know. You really have to be careful. I mean, I'll probably get some resentment for some of the things I just said, even right now.
Nah.
But but I know how people are, and I do I do I do know. And
Before
I
today,
mean,
would you have voted for Ernie for governor? If he would have came and told you he was running for governor, would you have voted for him? He said he'd carry Harlan County.
oh gosh. Well, I think we all know that's a joke. So I mean, you know, that the only people that might have voted for him is if they didn't know him, you know, or
Mhm.
but outside of that, but you know, it just there's certain things, and I'm not trying to I'm not trying to uh, excuse the behavior. I'm just saying you got to look at the tradition of how that behavior became the behavior it is. You know, it was most of those people, like I said, they were they're descendants from pioneers, people that moved to Harlan County before it was Harlan County. Okay, before Kentucky was even a state. Most of those people were before coal, before any of this stuff. Those people took Cherokee wives in a lot of cases from North Carolina, and they moved to the mountains of that area. And that's where they settled, and that's where they lived, and that's how they done things, and that's the way things were. And then when you try to get outside of that, and they traveled out into society where society was society, they didn't get along too well in that. I could tell you people that left there, spent many, I mean, died in prisons, from not just in Kentucky, they'd go off in Tennessee. I mean, look at the other boy. I mean, there's several people that have gotten killed there, and they went off and either got killed or got in trouble because they weren't raised in the same kind of tradition that a lot of other people were. So they don't know any better. That's just normal to them.
Yeah.
And
I agree with that.
do you understand what I'm saying?
I do.
So
Yeah.
when you ask me about Ernie, so I kind of being from there, I just took Ernie for being Ernie. He wasn't hurting me. He wasn't harming me, you know. And because I'm kind of a caring person and a giving person, you know, I'm the type of person that don't put much value on material things. So if I give you money, it don't mean, you know, if I lose money, I mean, I could have nothing and it don't bother me. None. Material things, money, financial stuff it's not at the top of my list. My family always meant first, you know,
Mhm.
and my neighbors and helping people, that always meant first. And I think Ernie had part of that in him. Is what, you know, he had a
Yeah.
good side. He had a good side. I'm not going to sit here and beat him up totally 100% because he did have a good side.
Mhm.
Um, you know, so some of the stuff that he did, was he hightailed on an exaggeration? Yes. And I think that was hereditary, not just in his
Mhm.
family, but for the whole area, because old hillbillies had a way of telling tall tales. Okay.
Mhm.
The old hillbillies had a way they could tell tales like you couldn't, it would just make you laugh. His grandpa, could tell stories, and I could sit there and listen to him all night and laugh my ass off, you know.
Yeah.
And that's just the way I took Ernie. I just took it as he was funny, and you know, and I didn't think nothing serious about it. So that's all I got to say about it, really, you know.
Yeah.
And I probably got myself in trouble, but whatever.
No, you're good. You ain't said nothing.
Well, some things you're not really supposed to talk about. But I try to I'm to the getting to the root of the problem. And I'm saying it's not just Ernie. I'm saying there's a lot of things that we got to get to the root of problems too. And until we address those problems, as long as we take and just throw people in jail and lock them away and then let them out and whatever, and I mean, we're not really solving the problem. You want to talk about child abuse, sexual abuse, and all those things, and well, it's rampant. It's totally rampant. People just turn their head to it, though. For Ernie to say that what he was saying about child predators and stuff, I think he had some truth in there. I think he had some truth in there. I think it, to be honest with you, if you was to ask me, and I don't know this for sure, and I wouldn't say who did it or when it happened or anything like that, but my own experiences of observing that and being around psychology as much as I have, I think that probably at one time and point, Ernie himself was probably molested or child molested at one point in time in his life.
That's been
if I
said a
was
lot
guessing.
before. Yeah.
What, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't
I
know.
was, so I do believe it happened to Ernie,
I don't
and
know
I
if it was
think
on the
it was Ronnie
stand.
King.
Yeah, I don't know if it was on the stand when they were talking about it, about his family history, but it has been said before that there was abuse like that in the family.
Well, I would, I would venture to say yes, and that's what I'm talking about, is getting down to the root cause and not just. But now some of his actions, to me, there's a point in time when you become an adult that you're supposed to, like, because we can talk about PTSD. You don't have to just get this in battle and military. This can happen at home with your families, alcoholic parents. This can, abusive parents that are beating you, beating your mother, beating your siblings.
Mhm.
This is a traumatic thing, and nobody really addresses this problem. And I think this is a big problem. I really do. I think it's an epidemic, and it's been an epidemic for a long time. And when we see it, we're too easily on the outside wanting to look in, and we just cast that one person as a bad person and not asking ourselves why.
Mhm.
Do you think
And
Ernie is like a serial killer? Do you think that there's people up and down the East Coast, or as much as he's traveled, do you think maybe I mean, he calls himself the killer inside, and what other names that resemble some? Look where he's at now, what he's done, and all these actions. You think he's met like men on Grinder, and then they've never been heard
I
of
would not
again?
I would not rule it out. I mean, I'm not saying yes, but I'm not saying no. I'm just saying that would not shock me.
It wouldn't me either, and I believe that.
And
I
it's
believe
and it's
it'll all start to come out now.
and then the reason I want people to understand, the reason that I bring this up is because I think it's an issue that we as a community, we as a people need to address this. And the answer is not just, it needs to start at an early age with the children that we have. And I don't, I just think that's where we have to start asking questions and how we try to solve this, because otherwise it's just going to be generational. It's just going to keep going. Yes. And I think it's been going on for a long time. And
Yeah,
I mean,
he even.
I can sit here and tell you about murders and deaths, and like, I mean, I'm not an exaggerator in that sense, but some of the things that Ernie said, that you said that he said, and some of the things that doesn't surprise me none at all, really. I mean, because It's been happening for a long time. It's nothing. That's nothing new. And I'm sorry, but that's my take on it.
You ain't got nothing to be sorry about. I believe you're correct.
Well, and my thing has always been not trying to condemn anyone. Let's just try to fix the problem. How can we do that? And I don't know the answer to that. I've been trying to search for that myself. But once you go through that abuse, once you've gone through molestation or sexual abuse in that sense from when you're a child, and some of the violence, I mean, to steal is not stealing is not even considered by some people to be a bad thing. Killing someone, they come up with their own justifications for doing it, therefore it's not bad. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. And we can turn our eyes to that all we want to, but it feels normal. Okay? It feels normal. And when it feels normal, when you got people that are programmed that way, they don't think they're really doing anything wrong.
You're right. You're right.
I mean,
But
I'm just calling it out for what it is. And
well,
it's
you're
kind of
right.
sad.
So
You have
do you know when we discovered that he had HIV last summer? It was at the end of July, 1st of August. We all discovered he had HIV. And me and Tyrant Bird absolutely talked so bad to him that night. And he just sat and let us verbally destroy him. And that night was just a game changing night when it really broke out, and we got pictures of his medicine, and then we got him to finally admit it. And then when he went to jail, yeah, Mom MG shout out for you to all his phone calls. And that's where we found out he was going to run for governor. Yeah.
And then he served in Serbia,
Oh
and he was
yeah.
a Green Beret.
He was
Oh my
in.
God.
He was in the Gulf War in '91.
Yeah,
Well,
11 years old.
I could just tell you that his grandpa could tell stories too. I mean, it's hereditary in that sense. I mean, he could tell some stories, some whoppers, buddy, I tell you. And that's how he was raised. That's what he knew. That's how he was programmed.
And that to
And
me, stories don't mind me much, but it's when the stories intertwined with saying he was rescuing children, which were intertwined into women giving him money. That's when I stepped in saying, telling a story is one thing. When you're using it to deceive others, to get money, using children, that's what I had a problem with.
well, and again, that is still that's part of his heritage.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's hard to explain, but I could tell you there's people I could tell you people up there that were killed on their front porch for a bottle of wine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They'd kill you for nothing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's got bloody Harlan for a reason.
They would kill you for nothing. And you could cross someone the wrong way and they would they'd just kill you. And it might not be at that moment. It might be tomorrow. It may be next week. They're very revengeful people too. They'll hold a grudge and they'll keep that. And they'll come back. They won't forget. And they think they're justified in their actions.
Debo, I know who Blue Solo Cup is a troll. He was just an old man on here that trolled Ernie. Okay.
Yeah. He got drunk and told Ernie he'd give him a computer fucking with him. Blue Solo Cup's actually all right, I reckon.
Yeah. He's a drunk.
He seems cool to us. Yeah. He likes to get drunk. Big deal. I got gummies right here. So,
Viper.
I like Blue Solo Cup. Wherever he's at, if he's watching, please come up on panel with us, buddy. You're funny.
Well, they could tell, they could be really funny, and they could be really likable people, and you know, so that's the reason this morning. You see, I was just Brad, just take it for like this morning. Even after all my, you know, I lost $2,500 to Ernie, but even after being through all that, we're family and we stick up for each other. So my first reaction this morning was to go after you.
Yeah, he was mad at me at first, and I didn't even know it.
Yeah, exactly. No, totally exactly. My first reaction was to protect Ernie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you got to, but see, you got to understand where that comes from, and people are just raised that way. We were raised to protect our own, and so and to overlook any bad that's done. There is no bad. Oh yeah, you done that, so let's just get it over with and go on. You know, but there comes a point in time, if you are a person, and this is what was getting me about Ernie, and maybe he's not going to spend the rest of his life in prison, okay?
Yeah.
Not unless he fucks up in there or something, which is a possibility. But to me, there's a time and a place where we have to expose people to the right thing so that they can grow and they can learn and we can stop this. And that's where I'm at in this, in all this. I want people to grow, and I want them to learn. I don't want them to take it to their grave with them. I don't want them to, like, you know, I mean, it's a sad story. It is. It really is. And I've made mistakes in my life. I don't sit here and pretend like I haven't made bad mistakes in my life. But the ideal is to grow from your mistakes. And if Ernie can grow from this, I'll be the first one to cheer him on. I'm just being honest. I'll be first one to cheer him on. If he can grow and learn his mistakes and not do bad things to people, then I'm for that.
He came out of jail. His first month out of jail, he was all somewhat humbled and said he talked to a monk in jail, and he was not going to let things bother him. He was all mellow. That lasted maybe 2 weeks, and he was right back to doing the same shit he did.
That turned him right back into a bad guy.
Yeah, and I don't know what the answer is there. I don't know what the answer is to turn people around. I know
he wants to be famous so bad. He must be famous so bad that it's.
Yeah, and the priorities are mixed up for sure. And I can say that about anybody. I'll pray for anybody that makes a mistake, or, you know what I'm saying? I pray that I'm just that's how I believe. That's my faith. I'm hoping for the better for everyone. And I don't hate nobody in this life. I ain't got it in me. I just can't do that. And but that's not always been me, though. You know, and I had to go through. There was 6 years I went through this, guys, and I was suicidal. Okay. I mean, I was ready to take my own life. And so, because I didn't like that person. And I think you really have to walk through hell. I mean, truly walk through hell before you can learn, before you can become a better person. You have to meet the devil himself.
That's true.
And you have to survive it.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out how long Ernie's been a full-time user, because when he fought Cody at my house in 2019, I think, or 2019, January 1st, I don't think he was using then. He come back
Well,
to my house and seen a needle in my arm and left. And I was embarrassed because I'm like you know, I thought Ernie was doing something in life.
well, see, that's the thing I was talking about. I mean, I've been a pot smoker for a long, long time. And now that, I mean, my recollections, I'm kind of older, and you know how what they say about potheads, about their memory, you know, but I do remember this. I smoked. My ex-wife, she smoked at the time. Ernie didn't smoke with us. Ernie never touched it. He didn't
I
touch a
think it's a
beer.
circumstance thing. I think he
Huh?
gets around the gay men that do it, and he does it with the gay men. I don't think Ernie would go out and use it like on his own, you know, just to be alone and get high. I think he only uses it when he gets high and has
Yeah, I never
pregnant
knew him to
girlfriends.
be a drug user at all. And that's what kind of
Yeah,
surprised me too, you know. So,
yeah. I
and
think he
whatever,
probably got introduced as a party drug, and it did enhance his sexual experience. So he probably
right?
just does it like because they want him to, you know.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. There might be something to that. True.
Mhm.
Now the other
Well,
day during a live, he did this right here, and you could hear him snorting.
oh boy.
I could plainly hear it. I've snorted more pills than you could lay on this couch.
I just can't
Right there.
imagine snorting it in this day, because I mean, doesn't that burn like to beat the bit bloody hell? And I would think he would smoke
Meth
it.
burns to snort it. I've used it 9 times in my life, and I'm 44 years old. I've only used it 9 times. I don't
Hmm.
like it. Would never use it again. I was stupid and an addiction,
Yeah.
but not to meth. I just done it for recreational use. Oh Lord, that shit burns like crazy. Kids do
And
not
I
do
have,
drugs.
yeah, I have zero experience with anything outside of marijuana. Zero. No pills. I won't even. I took, I took 2 Tylenol yesterday morning because I had a headache for about 3 days, and I've been taking some BC powders. But that 2 Tylenol I took probably was the first Tylenol I'd taken probably in 8 months. I don't like pills. I don't take them. I don't take coke and crack, meth. I never did none of that stuff. Never, not
You
once,
see,
not
he's
tried.
admitted to using PCP, and as far as I know, where the fuck do you find PCP? Where'd
Right.
you? I mean, no way could you find PCP. It would take me probably a year or more to hunt down some PCP. And he said he did it. He admitted to doing it.
Had he ever been in rehab or anything like that? Do you know of?
Not that I know of.
Because I know a lot of times you make connects when you go to rehab. I do. I mean, I've been around people. I've been around the system, and I know a lot of times when you go to rehab,
Hey,
that's where you meet other connects.
isn't PCP kind of like a tranquilizer, an animal tranquilizer? I don't know.
No,
No.
it gives you strength and makes you crazy, and it's a bad hallucinant. It's like super meth in a way.
Mm.
Yeah, so I'm going to attribute to some of this. If he was on meth and stuff like that, and you guys know more about that stuff than I do, but I know one of my friends died at 25 years old from heroin, shooting up and stuff. I had another friend who's 22 who hung herself. I've been around a lot of people that were on drugs and they didn't make it too far. And those of you that are listening or whatever, if you've been on it and you've made it as far as you have, you know what I'm talking about. It was a hard road to get over it, you know.
Margaret said that he's been in mental institutions since he was young, like that when he was sent away to a boys' school when he was young, and that he's been in various mental places.
And some of those places too, there's a lot of molestation goes on
Yeah,
there too.
yeah,
I mean, look at the churches. Look how many
yeah.
molestations happen in the churches. Look at the Boy Scouts. Look how many molestations happen there. I mean, this is like this isn't this is a it's a disease.
Mm-hmm.
And where you pick this stuff up at, it's hard to it's hard to get over. It really is.
Mhm.
So it's a sad story in a way. I mean, I know a
Brad,
lot
they
of
keep
people are tuning
saying
in.
he was on fentanyl, but doesn't
he
fentanyl
was.
just put you to sleep? Fentanyl puts you to sleep
Yeah.
when you're bending over.
Fentanyl's gonna nod you out, and you're
Yeah,
gonna be like this. But
yeah, touching your toes.
even with a tolerance, you're not going to be able to. He couldn't stream on fentanyl unless he was up moving the whole time. But the point of doing fentanyl is wanting to nod out. So
Yeah,
yeah, he was. I don't think I've seen him do no fentanyl. I've seen him on meth several times live. I mean,
Oh
more
wow.
times.
Yeah,
Venus, I
and
don't know if he was. I don't know if he would be capable of just outright kidnapping a child, but I could sure see him setting up to kidnap a child to be the rescuer later. You know what I mean? Like,
yes,
we'll take this
yes,
and we'll rescue her. So,
yeah,
but I don't think he would out and
yeah,
out just kidnap a child to kidnap it.
right. He would do it for the glory of saving them
Yeah, and
when he was the
something
one
went
that
wrong in
actually.
between times.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at all, neither. Yeah, definitely. So, hey guys, it's been nice. I gotta go. So, thank you, Brad, for having me on. And um,
You
Nice
can
to
come
meet you.
back anytime. Tune in to
I'll be
watch. I will
what that
have tune in, subscribe. That way you can watch and you can
I
watch
will.
Sue and everybody else that's covering Ernie. You need to dive into this community head
The
first.
Ernie
Yeah.
verse.
The Ernie verse. There you go.
Well, I just want you guys to know before I go that there's a whole this doesn't stop at Ernie, and I want you to ponder that because there's a lot more out there that are capable and are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Brad, I'm going to jump
Unfortunately,
down too. Thanks for having me up.
Well, guys, I
so,
hate to leave, but I have Glenn Hensley, who is running for jailer against our reigning, defending, conquering jailer, BJ Burkhart. He will be here about an hour and a half. He'll be on at 7:30. So please tune back in. I've got Robert Kreider,